Yo.
Dreamin'. Don't give it up.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back to 4-Star Bento. We did a 40-minute version of this that we've thrown away.
Yes, because it turns out I know more than I thought.
Also, these were out of order, and it was a mess.
It was a mess.
So now,
Absolute mess.
If you want to go look at that mess, check out our Patreon. You could watch it there.
You probably also watch it if you're a member. I don't know.
But we should also just say what we're doing. And yes, YouTube members also get stuff.
Yeah.
But we should also say what we're actually doing. Today, we're going to be ranking One Piece arcs. You know why? Because Elbaf's coming out.
Yep.
Elbaf's coming out.
It's the Netflix.
They're finally at Elbaf.
The Netflix Wampus.
No, that happened a fucking month ago.
Oh, that happened a month ago. Shut up, Kaiser.
It's very funny that I was looking you directly in the eye saying Elbaf, and you were like, live action One Piece. Live action One Piece.
I mean, it is.
There will be a part of this conversation that I have to dip, probably, because I don't know, like... admittedly, I already know where I'm going to rank it. Dressrosa kind of killed me in terms of its pacing, and it stopped me from watching One Piece for a while. I'm kind of catching back up, but
The further we're in the show they get, the more complicated things will get. But you know, let's just get into it.
Let's talk about our ranking first of all. We got some weeb language.
Cool.
It's very pirate ranking.
Kaizoku, whoa, that's King of the Pirates.
I love how you have Kaizoku, Yonko, and then we go to English, then back to Japanese, then back to English.
He recommended Nakama.
Yeah.
I still think that Nakama should have just been Comrade, but that's just me.
Comrade Luffy, I mean, it works for the story. He's constantly fighting the power.
Yeah, I know, right? It should just be Comrade.
Hello, welcome to the ad-bis. We're in the ad hole.
Oh.
There's nothing in here except ads. Echo!
It's dark and scary. I didn't eat anything and I'm scared and naked and alone. I'm hungry.
Honestly, like it's not even a bit when we say we don't eat anything. Both me and Jesse have this problem where we don't eat anything.
We get factory meals and I eat all of them because they're actually very good. And I can't cook, so I put them in the microwave and I'm like, oh, actually they're good.
Jesse wouldn't eat if he didn't get factor meals due to these ads. The free factor meals
They don't
feed
feed me otherwise. I'm constantly in the gym and I'm pounding protein shakes. And there's only so many of those you can eat before you're like, oh, I don't like food anymore, maybe. But then I eat the factor meals and I'm like, oh, it has all of these like lovely, like a vegetable. My doctors have been begging me for years to eat a vegetable, and I refuse unless it's a factor meal, and then I will have a vegetable.
And there's variety. 100 plus rotating weekly options, meals, salads, breakfast shakes, all built for taste and what is this word?
Nutrition.
Nutritio. If you go to factor75.com or click the link in the description below and use the code BENTOFDG, that would get you 50% off your first factor box plus free daily greens.
Is your doctor also begging you to have a vegetable? Now you can. Daily greens.
I have drank some of the drinks that we get from Factor, and I do actually like them. Like I give the meals to other people, and then I keep the drinks.
I take the meals.
That's code BENTOFDG at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free daily greens. So you should do that. Make sure Jesse gets fed.
Please.
Otherwise, he will die.
Factor fact, if you don't eat, you'll die.
That said, let's talk about Romance Dawn. And Romance Dawn is just like the first little bit before we get to Orange Town. So just Luffy and Kobe.
Luffy and Zoro.
And Zoro, yes.
And it's...
When Kobe leaves, Romance Dawn is over.
Yeah.
The romance is no longer dawned.
I'll admit that, like, it probably wasn't until Arlong Park that I got, like, into One Piece. Like, Arlong Park was when, like, the switch flipped.
Yeah.
But there is some good stuff here.
So Romance Dawn is kind of great just because we get to meet one of my favorite of the crew, which is Zoro. We get a really great moment with the Onigiri and the little girl. I will say, as much as he is just a one-shot villain who kind of sucks, Axe-Hand Morgan is a pretty decent way to start us off.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Axe-Hand Morgan's one of the better, like, early on villains in terms of just doing what he needs to do.
The die-hard but kind of corrupt Marine.
Yeah, and it's very funny to learn later on that he his like big claim to fame is fake. He was hypnotized and thinking he made a major arrest.
Yeah,
that's pretty great.
Also, I absolutely adore that we get one of the most loathsome characters in the entire series, who then ends up being kind of cool later.
Yeah,
in Helmeppo.
Yeah.
And a character who he seems incredibly pitiful and pathetic, who then turns out to be super cool.
He has a glow up. He gets hot.
Kobe gets so much of a fucking glow up.
The time skip was beneficial to almost everybody.
Yeah, he's like a dragon in Game of Thrones, where if you keep him in a space, he'll be small, but he'll grow really big if you let him be out in the open.
Let him grow.
Yeah, Kobe. Oh man, Kobe's fucking. I cannot wait until later in the manga because you know that he's gonna pull some stupid shit later.
He's already done some crazy shit.
Yeah, no, he's already done shit that's like, yo, what the fuck, Cobes?
Yeah.
But I want to see him fight Luffy one more time. And
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool.
And I am curious now at this point, like, are we going to learn more about Kobe than we thought? Because, like, Oda keeps bringing out backstories we didn't know we didn't know.
Yeah.
And we don't know how Kobe even ended up where he was.
Honestly, I don't know if we need to know that.
We don't need to, but Oda keeps doing it.
It feels like we've already gotten his backstory. We've been watching it.
He thinks pirates are evil and he wants to be a Marine because of it. And I do think that's Oda is so good at seeding little things early on and just like letting them bloom throughout time, or at least remembering what he said earlier and then coming back to it. I don't know which is which, chicken and egg. But
I think honestly, it's a lot of improvisation. Like
probably
he
a
just
little of both.
Yeah, I think he just puts things down. It's like the George R. R. Martin thing of gardeners versus architects.
Yeah.
And I think Oda's a gardener.
Yeah, and in this case, very early on, you understand the idea that there are Marines and there are pirates. And there are good and bad on both sides.
Yeah, and I love that. The
Heroes on both sides.
There are heroes on both sides.
very fine people on both sides.
Yeah, very fine people.
Making a lot of different references here.
Yeah.
But still generally the same.
I do love that, though. I love the fact that there are good people in the Marines and there are good people in the pirates, and there are very bad pirates and very bad Marines.
Yeah, and I am of the opinion that while there are there are good people in the Marines. If someone said all Marines are bastards, I'd say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
At the same time, I'd say yes.
Because ultimately, while the pirates are lawless, the Marines have created a system that is unfair and violent.
Well, it's imperialism.
Yeah,
yes.
and it's violence that has been monopolized by the state.
I'm more pro sword than I am pro Navy, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, as a way to introduce these characters, like you said, Zoro, like easily one of the best characters in the show, constantly there, like ride or die with Luffy. Man shows up to every arc and he stands on business.
Yeah.
Full 10 toes in.
Yeah,
Great introduction.
He's ready to fucking go at any time, and that is sort of the best part about Zoro. And I really do adore the fact that he is actually sort of a goofball too. Like, and not in the he acts goofy, but there are just so many things about him.
Kind of dumb.
He's kind of dumb. He's kind of a meathead. His sense of direction is terrible. He's bad. He's good at reading some social cues, bad at reading others. He's just so much fun. And oh man, his entire backstory with oh no, I forgot her name.
Girl sword lady who looks like
Kuina?
Yeah,
Kuina. Which, oh my god, is that? Do we cover that?
I think that actually happens during Baratie.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
That might be just how the anime worked. I'm not. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a little before Smoker gets introduced because his lieutenant looks like her.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was introduced in Baratie. It feels like it was definitely not in Romance Dawn.
Wait, was that covered in the fight against Mihawk?
I think so.
Okay.
Or at least around then.
Well,
I could be wrong.
We can talk about that later then, because
it gets confusing because the anime moves stuff around.
But yeah.
Either way, where would you throw this?
Okay, knowing that this is like the very, very beginning, I'd put it in Warlord just because it's a good first step. It introduces its primary concepts. Its main characters are incredibly likable so far with Luffy and Zoro.
Yeah, it does everything it needs to do. It doesn't have the highest highs, but it has a pretty good clip throughout.
I do love the part in the anime where Luffy's sneaking through the base and he's just kind of standing directly behind the soldier.
That is a filler arc.
That is much later.
That is much later and also a filler arc.
I could have sworn that was in this one too.
Nope.
Whatever.
One that people love. G7, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I never saw it.
Oh, that's not in here.
That's the one after Skypiea, right?
Oh yeah, we're only doing. Okay,
Yes.
I'm kind of glad we're only doing canon arcs.
Yes.
Because frankly, there's some filler stuff.
yeah,
that
I
I've
don't-
And then
I
somehow
wouldn't
the
be
baby
interested.
back fight is still here.
That's not. It's canon.
I know.
It's going to be
Next
important. Next up is Orange Town, which
Intro Buggy
like.
and Nami.
Yeah, which I
think-
like, but
I actually think that Orange Town is as good as Romance Dawn, if only because this is where we get one of my favorite villains with Buggy.
if you argue Buggy brings it up further, and also the introduction of Nami,
Nami, yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't fight that.
And that dog made me cry.
And the dog. I
love
I
that
like
dog.
I like the dog.
Yeah.
The dog is
I
great.
think it's just one of those things where like most of the action is like
It was the first time that One Piece like tugged on my heartstrings. I'll say that. Where it's just like, oh,
yeah, they got you with a dog.
I got me with the dog.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that they introduced the best lesbian in the series. You can't put it any lower.
Yes, I agree. Syrup Village, which I think we all agree is a little lower than the other ones.
Unfortunately, as much as I adore Usopp.
Yes.
And
Usopp's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's that fucking fight in the with rocks.
It takes a while, and like, I mean,
It's just not terribly interesting.
Yeah, I like a lot of the gimmicks that they do, but never at any point during that thing, even though he's kind of like the first actual threats they face.
Yeah, what's his name? Cat boy.
Captain
Kuro.
Kuro, yeah, Captain
Yeah,
Kuro.
Kuro.
He's like the first real threat, and
Django.
I like I like Django a lot.
Yeah, actually, I love Django.
Django's great.
Yeah, oh my god, I can't remember which movie it was. I think it might have been movie 4 or 3 that had I should show it to you sometime because you might not have seen it.
I haven't seen most of the movies.
So they did a bunch of the movies had little preliminary shorts at the very beginning, and there's a whole sequence with Django, like basically making an entire town dance with him.
Oh.
And it's so good.
He's another one. He's another one of those former enemies though that joins the Navy.
Yeah, I loved his bit like where he was like hypnotizing everybody, but then he got Luffy, so it made Luffy stronger. Like I like that little twist on it, but ultimately. It drags at time. This is one of those cases where I think the live action did it a little better, except for maybe Mary's death.
The Mary's death thing is stupid.
Yeah, Mary dying just sort of seems mean instead of like tragic and heartfelt.
Feels unnecessary.
Yeah. That's one of the things I think Oda tries to avoid is unnecessary death if he can.
But unfortunately, I think sometimes he avoids stuff where it's like, that would have been a bit better if you'd let that stick.
Yeah, there's some.
I feel like there's only like non-backstory deaths. I feel like it's practically just the one.
Nowadays, it might be getting a little more
bit more now
that he's getting towards the end. But
yeah, until the time skip, it was like just the one that wasn't a backstory.
But yeah, I think part of it is also just he's like, but I might use them later. I keep using everything
He does.
Respect to the man.
I think he maybe, honestly, I wonder if it's because, we're going to get there, but I wonder if it's because he regrets killing Arlong.
Did Arlong actually die?
We've never seen Arlong again.
We've never seen him again,
Arlong's
but
not dead.
He's not? I've assumed he's dead because he's never come back.
I feel like Luffy's never killed anybody until
I am almost certain that, in fact, I think they mention Arlong afterward. Like,
really?
I know I've seen him in like flashbacks afterwards. But.
Yeah, we've never seen him.
Because he's somebody I would have loved to have seen react to Luffy's bounties.
Yeah, because I've never seen...
Or Jinbei joining his crew. Like, you would think we would cut back to Arlong literally ever.
Well, whatever. We can get to that when we get to Arlong. Either way, I agree. Like Syrup Island, not quite as good as the other two, but introduces maybe the goated character of the show.
Yeah, and I think when fighting isn't happening, I'm engaged, but unfortunately, there's a good chunk of fighting.
Yeah.
Next up is Baratier. This is another one where when fighting isn't happening, I'm very much engaged. When fighting is happening, I don't care.
Okay,
except for Mihawk.
I'm here or there on it because I'm also like kind of
the whole like the
Mihawk bit's great. I'm here or there on like Sanji in general though. Like he's not my favorite crew character. Crewmate.
Okay. Look, Sanji took a step down for me once we got to fucking
Whole Cake.
No, not Whole Cake. He took a step back up in Whole Cake.
Wano.
No, not Wano.
Oh, really?
He's fine in Wano. He's.
You're forgetting something. It's okay.
Either way.
Wait, no. But I was going to say where is it? Any snobby posted Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark. I was.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad one too.
Yeah.
So the Wano thing is related to that.
I'm forgetting the Wano thing.
It's okay.
But yeah, no, like.
Overall, Sanji's a great character when he's not doing the bit.
Yeah. In this bit, so Baratier, I have a lot of love for. One, just because I absolutely love the characterization for Sanji here of a man who's like, no, you will not go hungry. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
If you come here and you need food, I will give it to you. I really love his backstory with Zeph.
Yes.
Like that entire sequence.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where like the backstory I actually didn't hate going through it. Like there are a lot of them where I'm just like, okay, let's listen to this crybaby backstory.
All of the main characters' backstories are good to watch
For the most part.
Yeah, I love every backstory for the main crew. Some of the side characters can be a little bit here or there, but this I was not only invested, but the way it develops with Zeph eating his own fucking leg is so something I'm really glad that the live action version kept. What the anime was,
I don't know why the anime cut it. Like you it's not that violent to just mention it.
Like you have to kind of imply it with the anime.
Yeah. Well, no, they straight up contradict it in the anime. But I do think, and I also like when he's leaving the Baratier and and they all cry. I get a little teary about it.
And I will say, while Don Krieg sucks, he's like a nothing villain.
Yeah.
The actual fight with Luffy does have a couple of moments for me that stand out, because when I was watching it, I think at the time I thought Don Krieg was kind of cooler than he really was. If only just because
it's the fact that he runs a fleet and he just like he fled from the Grand Line after like losing to something.
I like what he establishes.
They use him as kind of like a pseudo jobber to kind of show you like, hey, this guy lost to the thing that you're heading to.
Yeah. But I
of
like
course
that
he's a hurdle you have to overcome.
But I like that the live action did a more efficient version while keeping that element.
Yeah.
And I think they made the right decision.
Having Mihawk like backhand him at it, like just get the fuck out of here.
But I can't get over how cool that scene where Luffy removes those like nails from
the poison suction cups.
The poison suction cups.
Oh,
Luffy, look out!
Yeah. God, that dub is so bad. But
charmingly bad.
When he's pulling the nails out of the rails, like, that always gets to me. And him punching that spiked shield, regardless, it's just so metal. And it's the first, like, not the first time we get to see Luffy really go all out. But no, actually, it is kind of the first time we really see
him. He never really has to struggle much before then.
But it also struggles with pacing because you have like the rest of the crew, like that Pearl.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Pearl dude.
It's not a great design, first off.
Yeah, no, Pearl dude sucks. Honestly, if you'd cut the Pearl dude and just kept...
And just had whatever the Tonfa guy.
Yeah, Gin. And having him just fight Gin, that the whole thing probably would have played out a lot smoother.
Yeah.
So... This is one of those moments where you and I think...
I wouldn't fight this one being in Warlord.
I personally lean a little bit more towards Captain. To me, like the pacing kind of gives it that same syrup arc kind of feel. But I can understand how the story it tells is better.
Yeah, the story for me, it's really the story.
It does have higher highs, which is like a consideration. I would put it above Orangetown. I put it above both.
Okay,
if we're putting it in this category because of the high points.
I would put it down at the bottom of Warlord though.
Okay. I won't fight it too much.
Okay.
Next up is Arlong Park, which I think we all agree is really good.
Yeah. Like it's what I love about Luffy, like in this arc, is that he doesn't give a shit about anybody's. But like he doesn't give a shit. He's like, whatever. I'm just gonna wander around. Don't you want to hear what happened to us? Not really. Not like I think Nami's being mean, so I'm gonna wait for her to because I'm not going anywhere without her.
I think if Nami wanted to tell him herself, he would listen. He would listen to her. But if someone else telling him her backstory, he doesn't want to hear someone else talk about it
from somebody else.
Exactly.
Which is why that oh god, it's like the most powerful moment in the show to me when she's sitting there crying, just yelling at him like, "You don't understand." You're right, I don't. You don't know what's going on here. Nope. You don't need to be here. And then she just like breaks down crying and looks up at him, just says, "Help me." Oh my God.
It gets me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then the walk right afterwards. Oh, just
it's really good.
Chef's fucking kiss.
Yeah. Oh my God. Just, I remember watching that moment where like she's just stabbing herself in the arm over and over.
Yeah.
And
it's really rough, honestly. The sounds
it's tough to watch. And the scream, the actress goes so hard there. And
I think we all agree this is at the top. Yeah. We keep talking about it.
Luffy putting the hat on her head and the moment of realization is
especially because she in particular had noticed in earlier arcs that he was very protective of the hat.
He's defensive
and so the fact that he
to the death.
So the fact that he gave it to her shows that he trusts her, which I think is the most important thing to her, is that somebody trusts her despite everything.
From that moment on, she is ride or die.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's such a beautiful moment that it's like one of the peaks of the show, maybe the pinnacle for me.
Mm-hmm. I think there are even higher peaks, but it's just because the show is really it's so good.
I could see it going in Yonko or Kaiserneko. So if everyone here is okay with Kaiserneko, then
to me it's
this is the first tent pole. Other this show up to me.
Yeah, other stuff might end up above it. But like,
So Arlong Park sets the standard.
yes, for sure, of like finales to like longer arcs.
It was one of those things when I was watching the live action one, I'm like, man, they neutered that moment a bit. But unfortunately,
Yes.
like that's one that's like so hard to live up to.
And unfortunately,
I know they tried.
Well, and unfortunately, I think it's the reason that it failed to hit as hard is that they tried too hard to be accurate to it. It's like, no, you need to adapt
But at the same
feeling,
time-
not the literal stuff.
But at the same time, they kind of didn't, because like the walk to the park was interrupted by explosions, and it's like, well,
Yes.
now we have to go to a climax.
Oh my god, that was such a poor move.
But before that moment, they were like doing shot for shot what was in like the manga and anime, and I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, that.
But I don't think that was necessarily the problem there, because it's why in the world I talked about this in a little bit I did in the review. That stuff was working. We were good. The walk began, and then they're like, oh wait, no, the city's on fire. That walk is supposed to happen on the way to Arlong Park. It's not supposed to happen before the fucking city.
And the thing is,
Yeah,
they
all the
could have.
citizens gathered at the gate, and then the two, like Zoro's bounty hunter buddies, like, sorry, I can't let you in. Some guys are gonna come, and they're gonna fix this.
It felt like them wanting to like have like an extra exciting beat at the end to like lead into the next episode. It was like the
did
walk
not
is
work.
good enough. They walk into the shot, cut to black, next episode.
Yeah.
like.
fucking goddamn it.
But I also think like the just like literally doing this and screaming in chorus does not work.
Yeah.
They should have adapted for their medium.
Which, by the way, it was good. It was good. It was like,
They were doing the best they could
they did it the
by
second
doing
time.
that.
no. If they just kept all that shot of him like saying it, and it's like,
Of course I will.
Yeah, and that's all they needed.
yeah, that would have been. First of all, that would have sold Luffy's intensity way more than him yelling it out.
Yeah,
He did not need to yell it.
Serious Luffy is like,
Yeah.
you pay attention.
Yeah.
I think that the live action show always does a little worse when they're trying to directly adapt something because you can't do that.
Yeah, like that is one of the biggest problems with live action One Piece, is that it is intrinsically flawed by the fact
Yeah.
that One
It's not a
Piece-
cartoon.
Yeah, the manga and anime live and die on the art style, on being able to do these exaggerated expressions, on designs that can be so insane that they only work on paper.
Part of the reason I think the emotions are so affecting is that it's such a cartoon that they feel the emotions in such a big way that it can't help but spill out of the screen and then hit you.
And if they do intend to encapsulate the entire story, the cast is going to be 80 by the time they're done. So next up,
Logtown. Like,
Rogue Town.
and I didn't realize this until Totally Not Mark pointed out, but like, it's like Prologue Town. I don't know if that's Totally Not Mark or someone else. I think it was someone else. But someone pointed out that it's Prologue Town. That's why it's Logue Town.
They
Melanie too.
seed so much important information in this one little chunk.
Yeah, honestly, and
I really like it.
I always forget where this takes place in my brain. I'm like, oh right, all of that happens.
Right before Laboon.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
before Laboon.
And it has stuff that it seeds stuff that we still don't know anything about to this day, including up to where the manga is.
But-
we have no idea
Yeah.
what the fuck the weather thing was that Luffy's dad did.
Yeah, whether he's
We don't
like,
know what
whether,
that was.
whether he has like some Logia fruit, or whether
Or a
he
friend.
is, or maybe he has a mythical zone and he's like some sort of weather dragon.
We don't know. We literally have no idea, and we still don't know.
We just know that he can manipulate the weather somehow.
We don't know that. We just know that the weather changed, and Smoker was like, "Hey, was that you?" The guy, and also Smoker knew him already, and was like kind of cool with him.
I mean, he's a revolutionary,
but he's like not
the
trying to fight him.
revolutionary.
So, and we have no answers to either of those questions, and that's crazy.
I'm still praying to God that the live action version has spoiled a big revelation
about Crocodile. I really like that theory.
I'm praying because it would just work so well.
Yeah. And like there's good evidence in the manga, but
This arc is also the one that immediately paints the parallel between Luffy and Gold Roger, like quite verbatim. Like he sits in the same seat at the bar.
he smiles as he's about to get his head chopped off, and then like lightning strikes and it's like, oh,
And you get more Buggy.
yeah.
At this point, he's kind of a comic relief villain, but he
does nearly kill Luffy, so
reintroduces Alavita with her new midriff form.
yeah, smooth fruit.
I will say it. I didn't need her to be the skinnier version, but she is serving so much cunt.
So much
Cunt.
You can say that about almost every like Oda, like any
confident woman.
any female in One Piece that isn't shaped like a pear.
Well, that's
Female.
They're
Female.
Yeah. Anyway, there are some ladies in One Piece, like especially
Like
Lady Y.
Luffy's mom figure that she's very like plain, I'd say.
Yeah, the lady who runs the bar.
There are a few, but either way.
I will say that I still really hate how Nami's design has changed, and I'm not saying that because
I agree.
they made her too sexy. No,
I just missed how she looks.
I just missed how she looked.
Yeah. But that said, Loketown,
I'm feeling Warlord. It feels very important to the show. I really like it, even though like it's nearly bereft of action.
Yeah, but I don't really watch One Piece for action.
I mean, I watch it a little bit for action
when it's good, but often it's not.
But that's honestly, it's kind of a plus for me because like I still find it like a very interesting part, even though it has like next to none.
Yeah.
And Luffy still hasn't had like, or Luffy, like, you know, he was told like by smokers, like, hey, you got to beat me to leave. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Never gets his one-on-one until like Punk Hazard.
Yeah.
I love how we have 4 things in Warlord right now.
Yeah, I mean, that will change.
I would almost lean for this to go like maybe into Yonko, but I can see why. Maybe
I think if Romance Dawn isn't, I wouldn't put this one.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Well, the next one definitely not.
Yeah, I like this one, but like Reverse Mountain, like this feels like a captain one. It'll be a short discussion.
This again, Reverse Mountain has seeds a couple of things that really pay off later. But it is sort of that transitionary arc.
It is where you meet Vivi.
Yeah, and plant some very good seeds for like Vivi, Laboon, and Brook, and a member of the Roger crew.
And you get to learn that the inside of the whale is actually kind of a building.
Yeah, that part's weird.
Yeah, I love that part. Why did they have to gate his sphincter?
I made a door because I keep having to do medicine on this whale.
Just built a door into him. You can just do that.
Is that a fruit? Does he have a fruit?
No, it's just a whale. I built a door on him.
God, I love Laboon.
Yeah, and Laboon's great, and also
I love his little door.
And it shows a version of like Luffy's emotional intelligence, where like he knows the way to get through the whale isn't to try and replace the friendship he already had.
To punch the shit out of him.
It's to create a new relationship of we're rivals now. And so we're kind of friends in a different way. And if you hurt yourself,
Luffy's like, I know that frustration. This guy wants a fight. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, and to me, it's less that, and it's more just like he's not trying to replace his old crew. He's trying to create a new relationship that Laboon will treasure and look forward to instead. And then creating an incentive to not hurt himself anymore. Mm-hmm. Luffy says, "Don't self-harm," and so do we.
he keeps having to say that.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
I can't tell you what to do, but.
Don't.
Yeah. What's next?
Whiskey Peak.
Whiskey Peak. Oh God, Whiskey Peak.
I think this one is pretty low on the list relatively low on the list for me.
It's kind of mid. I like I love the design of the town, how it like it's a big cactus, but they're all headstones of dead pirates.
I like the concept of the town. It's very like D&D encounter.
Yeah. No, that's actually very good. Yeah, I can see that.
The idea that it's a town full of bounty hunters that lull pirates into
false sense of security,
and then get them. Like that's a fine idea.
I kind of like that. Like Nami drinks a bunch of people under the table and like fucks them up,
robs them anyway.
Man, Nami gets to be such a great character and like
she's fantastic. I
mean, she doesn't drop off so much, but she is not.
Just gets less focus.
Yeah.
But I think it gets dragged down a bit by the Luffy and Zoro fight, which is just weird and out of character and doesn't feel good.
And you're still kind of getting introduced to the concept of Baroque works.
Yeah.
And it's kind of slow and plotting, and none of the characters aside from like Vivi really stick out in Whiskey Peak.
I mean, Robin at the end seriously sticks out.
If we're counting that as part of Whiskey Peak.
It's the very end of Whiskey Peak.
Okay.
Oh man, Miss All Sunday.
Yeah, like that's also a great moment, and like there's great stuff here. Like everything on this list is not everything. Most of the stuff on this list is going to be good. It's just a matter of how good.
Yeah.
So you're labeling it under Nakama. How do you feel about like the Luffy Zoro fight?
Bad.
That's bad. That's just bad.
Bad, uninteresting, out of character.
Yeah, that sucked. I don't know why it's there. It
feels like an editor was like, this isn't interesting enough
because Zoro was fighting the people that fed him.
Yeah, and he would ask what's going on first.
Yeah, no, he
simply would.
Yeah, I understand that they're still building their relationships, but this was still weird.
But they'd already fought Arlong together.
Yeah,
they were already pretty
by this point, like Zoro had already called him king of the pirates, and Zoro was already ride or die.
Yeah, it was a very stupid That's it. That's the end of the sentence. Next up is Little Garden, which I feel like is better than Whiskey Peak.
I like Little Garden a lot.
Yeah.
I like Dorian Broggy.
I don't think it's Warlord level, but I do think it's Captain level,
maybe
like top of Captain.
Little Garden is great, not just because of its own story, but also what it does for Usopp, especially later on.
Yes.
The introduction of
The Giants, stuff of the Giants is very important.
Yes.
This is the first time we ever hear about Nika.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that this is where Nika starts.
Exactly, yeah. The Unluckies are fun. Sanji breaks through their neck.
Yeah, they show up for the one scene, and oh wait, no, they showed up at Whiskey Peak too, but they show up here and
and then Sanji fucking kills them. Apparently, they're not dead, but
I do love Sanji's whole bit during the Baroque Works thing is that he's the only one that nobody ever sees, so he's the one that's like kind of playing this background sort of like almost espionage-esque act.
And that also feels like a little bit of Oda playing the long game up. He wanted some people to never see Sanji because some people might recognize who he is. I think he didn't know who might recognize him yet, which is why he kept him in the background a bit.
Part of a prominent family by this point.
Yes, I think he knew that part. That's why he seated right in here, Prince. He called himself Prince. He knew that part.
By the way, fun fact: Sanji's design before he was Oda finalized what he was going to look like had guns. More of a gun guy. Which
just like Nami was going to be a berserker at the initial.
Yeah,
he had that big ass axe.
The big ass axe.
Arms.
But I really like the detail of like he never uses his hands for fighting. Because his hands are only for cooking.
And they gave the gun stuff more over to Usopp in a way.
Yeah, and I like that Oda's like, no, my good guys don't use guns.
Usopp's doing his marksman thing, man.
Yeah.
Although, man, I cannot wait because they are setting up so heavily, and we're skipping a little ahead. I cannot wait to see the fight between him and the sniper doing on Blackbeard's team. You know that's got to be a sniper fight.
Well, let's focus on Dorian Broggy for right now.
Yeah, Dorian Broggy.
I think this arc is great until I did not like the fight with Mr. 3.
I like parts of it. I think it's funny. I think the part where Zoro's trying to hack off his own, he's like, all right, fuck it.
Well, I guess I'm.
Which really just proves how stupid Zoro. Like he's dedicated.
He is win at all costs.
He's dedicated, but he's not thinking long term.
No, not really.
And that's in some ways a strength, sometimes a weakness. Where Nami's like, don't do that.
Yeah, I just I wasn't a huge fan of the climax of that. So yeah, I think it does kind of hold it back from being in Warlord. But
I do like the climax if you're considering the climax when Dorian Broggy work together and kill that sea beast immediately.
Oh, that's their escape.
Cut it in half.
That's what I consider part of
is the denouement.
Yeah, what Oda does in almost every arc is he has this little curtain call where everybody gets this one last little beat before you say goodbye
and a party. Yeah. Everyone's got to have a party. You got to celebrate your wins. But next up is Drum Island.
So
mixed bag.
Yeah, this is the one arc out of all these that I have never properly read through or watched.
Shame.
I know.
Cool.
I know.
Shame.
It was because at the time I was...
Do you not like adventure?
I was watching it bootlegged for the longest time.
Big shame. Shame.
Well, I was...
No, that's fine.
Before the official release.
I was 14.
Yeah.
And by bootleg, by the way, I don't mean BitTorrent. I mean DVDs that I bought at anime conventions that had the worst English. I thought he was Rufy for the longest time.
So old.
I know.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny because the first time they mentioned Laugh Tale is actually pretty early on. I think it's around Skypia or something, but they called it Raft Tale.
Raft Tale is actually canonically a misspelling of Laugh Tale in universe.
That's funny.
People actually think it's called Raft Tale in universe.
Okay, but either way, I can see that because his name's Zolo.
Well, Zoro.
He's like a samurai.
Yeah.
But by the time I finished it around Logtown, actually, and then I finally started picking it up again. But you the other things.
So you just kind of started off like, who's this fucking reindeer?
Well, because I started up again around Alabasta. And so I kind of skipped a bit, actually.
All right, well,
but he's a doctor.
I'll say this, one thing I really love about One Piece in general is that it is all about the adventure and how all these little islands all have a little theme to them. This one's the Snow Island.
Yeah.
See, you get to do all the little winter adventures, fighting winter bunny monsters.
Yeah, abominable bunnies.
Seeing people ride around on sleds.
You have a reindeer man, kind of.
And everybody hates capitalism.
Yes, and they're right. And I do I do think the big thing that drags this one down is overlong. Wapple's not a great villain for how long it is.
Wapple never feels like a threat. He's just one of those guys where it's like, oh my God, is he still not done?
Every version of the dub has a racist voice for one of Wapple's minions.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. And I think nobody really understands what the deal with Hiruluk and Kureha is because it's kind of muddled. I think the intent of it is that Hiruluk is
the heart of the doctor.
He has a great idea as a doctor, but he has none of the know-how, and he's a shit doctor. Kureha's a great doctor, but wants to nickel and dime people, and like that's supposed to be the point, is that Chopper is like the best of both of them.
Yeah.
But that's kind of muddled, and you don't quite. It's easy to not get that. I had to think about it a lot before I understood that.
And he gets to be a cute raccoon guy.
You know, it is actually sort of funny because he is a part human, like he is kind of a mixture of two things. He's part human, part animal, and he's these two things combined as well. And yeah, there's a lot of duality with him.
It does make you wonder because there are like apparently Logias out there that are people. Do you think it's possible that Choppers is actually one of those special people that got a Logia made after them? Or was this just a dude?
Huh.
Oh, Chopper is a reindeer that ate a human fruit.
Yeah. But we know that.
Well, there's another human fruit,
like Nika, right?
Okay, that's what you're saying. Maybe that's very possible.
Yeah, because I can't imagine just like a normal. I mean, I don't really know how the devil fruits form. Maybe there's actual lore behind it, but
we don't know yet.
Yeah. So it's just like, he's Dave. He got turned into a fruit.
I mean, there's a Dave. Boy, is there a Dave.
There is a Dave.
There's a Dave.
They have a whole fight about him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting theory. That said, Drum Island seems like we're all kind of like, Nakama. Like, it's better than Whiskey Peak.
I'd agree.
I like its high. I don't know, maybe bottom of Captain. I really like its high points. Like the emotional high points are good.
Funny enough, I've heard its movie is actually pretty good.
Yeah, because it condenses everything.
I feel like most things in One Piece, like if anything has ever desperately desired a Kai cut, like Dragon Ball got with One Piece.
Well, we'll see about the Studio Wit show.
Okay, I will say
that's an entire reanimation.
Yeah. But here's the thing: we got something like that very recently for the Return to Sabaody. It was bad. It was very, very bad.
Next up,
that said, fans have done some stuff, and people could look that up if they want.
Yeah.
Something to pace it out a little bit better.
Alabasta.
Ooh, biggin.
Yeah.
Zoro learns how to cut through metal because it was time for him to learn how to do it.
And
Ace.
Smoker comes back.
Ace. I'm sorry. Remember when I came back and I was like at Alabasta and I'm like, what the Luffy's got a brother and he's hot? That was so weird.
He has that cool little surfboard.
I also love that, like, personality-wise, he's almost completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, he's very polite, very, like, courteous to everybody. Like, his entire crew's like, how are you his brother?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, he's cool. He's just cool. Like, he's like, yeah, Luffy's like, oh, yeah, here's my cool older brother. And, later we learn that they're not, like, blood related, but it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No,
and, like, you can even, and they do kind of look similar, but he like Ace has freckles and stuff, so you can even pick up that they may not be related.
I also like that at this point, Sabo may not have existed, but they came up with a reason for him to exist because of his misspelled tattoo.
Yeah.
I love the idea that he just got a tattoo misspelled.
Yeah.
But then now there's a dark reason for it.
Like, oh yeah, now it's S for Sabogon.
not because somebody was drunk and misspelling Ace.
Yeah. I mean, it works either way.
Yeah. You also get introduced to the concept of Whitebeard and Blackbeard at the same time. Ace comes in because he's looking for Blackbeard.
Blackbeard was established in Drum Island.
Yeah.
Because he had recently fucked it up. That's why Wappo left.
That's right.
Is that where we get? That's not where we get cherry pie, is it?
No, cherry pies and Jai.
Yeah. Cherry pies and Jai. You're right.
Alabasta has it's the first time we really get like a fight for everybody, and I do like everybody's conflict. I like how everybody deals with it. You get Nami finally gets a useful weapon in the Climate Act.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like that Sanji and Mr. 3 have a whole ballroom fight.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fucking Mr. 2 though.
Yeah, Bon Clay.
Bone Clay is
Sorry, Mr. 2. That's who I'm at.
Yeah.
I get the numbers mixed up.
Bone Clay.
He's the only one referred to by name as opposed to number.
It was so funny. I've had some people like, so Scott, you're gay. How do you feel about Bone Clay? And I'm like, Bone Clay's amazing.
Bone Clay's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Bone Clay is so much fun. He's so wild. He's so crazy. And the fact that he's like, he kind of falls in love with Luffy's crew and wants to be their friend. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. This guy rocks.
He's a he, they queen.
Yeah.
It's also the first time you like understand that Luffy isn't he's not like a full on like celibate. He's not asexual because like Bone Clay shows Nami's tits to everybody. Luffy's like, whoa.
Oda has actually addressed that. He says Luffy kind of just does it to like because the other guys are doing it.
Yeah. No, but honestly, that tracks. That tracks. He's like,
Oda also said like he understands that women are attractive. That's just not his like
He just doesn't
primary
care.
drive.
yeah. And honestly, I love the fact that his brother's named Ace, but I think Luffy's the real one here.
Yeah. Also, the casting for Bone Clay is very exciting for the live action.
Oh, I actually don't know much about it.
It's Cola Scola, who's a comedic actor who's like also done like stage shows and stuff. Very exciting for queer people who follow Cola Scola. But
Yeah, they're like everybody gets a fight and they're all good. The only one that I feel like is a little poorly paced is unfortunately Luffy and Crocodile, who have to have like the three-peat.
I will say it does drag a little bit. There's a
I think Crocodile's a great villain. He's like the first one that may reach the levels of Frieza in this entire show.
Yeah. So Arlong, phenomenal villain, but Crocodile, where Arlong feels like a thug who's just gained power in this small area, Crocodile feels like, no, this man could run a country.
he's a gangster. Like he runs an organization.
Yeah. Where it feels like Arlong would have been one of his lieutenants who's just like taking over one area and like maybe too much of his own. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, the sand guy setting up his new empire in a sand kingdom.
Yeah, fucking phenomenal stuff.
And you learn his plot, how he's using that rain powder to deprive the entire country of water, and like they seed all that information very well. This is one of those arcs that does get a little long in the tooth near the end.
I agree. It's too long. I think the live action will actually benefit from like having it cut down to like 8 episodes.
I don't think I needed to learn most citizens' backstories. I feel like that might be an anime only thing, but
I don't know about the anime stuff. I'm not as versed on that because I have seen faster paced versions of it.
Okay.
I think the old man, great to get his story. Like what Kovu?
Yes, you mean the king?
Kovu is what my sister calls him. And like his dad, that old man's important, but yeah, everyone else I don't really need to know much about them.
The weird sand pirates, they felt kind of unnecessary.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The guys that drove around the dunes on a ship, they added nothing, so it was probably filler.
It was probably filler.
All right.
But yeah, no, and the camel was not filler. The weird camel.
Yeah.
The weird camel.
Eyebrow.
The weird pervert camel.
Who's the one dude? The Pell?
Pell, Birdman.
Yeah, I love Pell.
How the fuck did he live?
That's the thing. He should have died.
Yeah, no, Pell living was a little bit.
Should have let him die.
Live action will probably commit to him dying, and that's probably the correct answer.
I agree.
His sacrifice meant so much until it wasn't.
What was the bird's name?
Oh, Karu?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, okay, the duck. Yeah. I do love him.
I love him.
Karu.
He's so cute. He's such a cute. Oh my god! I remember when I was watching, and very rarely in One Piece did I ever go, "Ah, that fucking duck."
I will also say the one thing that like I think pushes this further up than it would be for me is the ending with the X's on the hands and the
Oh yeah,
that
has a
actually
great
makes me
ending.
cry every time.
And I do love how Luffy found a way around fighting Crocodile, like turning himself into a water balloon and then using his own blood to solidify the sand.
Yeah, like lateral thinking.
and then
Luffy's combat like IQ is fucking massive, like Goku level.
Yeah, and then one of the best takedowns in the entire anime set to Dvorak Symphony 9. Holy shit.
Which we didn't look up earlier.
Did not look up earlier. Don't look at the video.
I hope the live action adapts the song. Like,
Yeah, me too.
Just bring your own rendition of it in. Just do it.
Yeah, the climax of their fight, fucking great.
Yeah, it's just, it does take
too much of it, too much.
little bit to get
Yes,
there.
it's too long.
The Civil War
And also,
eats up too much time too.
The Civil War is maybe like one of the more unnecessary things. I get why it's there, but also like it's kind of annoying to just have BB like in a contract. Stop! Hey, stop it! Stop! Everybody, stop for minutes on end.
But it is like a really great character moment for her, just like seeing her so distraught at watching all of these people she cares about.
It's firmly establishes how much she actually cares.
Yeah, like that part I give credit.
But I don't think we needed that much time dedicated to it. We got it.
That being said, I feel like Alabasta is if its worst sin is that it's a little overly long, I think it makes its way to Yonko. No question.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And also say I really like the moment where Luffy punches Fifi and is like, everyone else is ready to die for stuff. What the fuck? Are we your friends or not?
Why don't you risk why don't you just say it? Risk our lives too, idiot.
Yeah, he's like, are we friends or are we not friends?
I do have to say, one of my favorite bits, and this is again, we see this in Arlong Park, and I don't know if I mentioned it. In Arlong Park, we get to see all sorts of different fighting styles. And it's really cool. Like again, Sanji's he's got his kicks.
Yeah.
We get to see Zoro with his swords. We get to see a really, really great fight with Usopp that did get neutered a little bit.
Usopp and Chopper. I did like their teamwork synergy.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about an Arlong.
Oh.
Yeah, but here, we do see this again.
But here, and Usopp and Chopper get kind of a lame fight in this one.
Okay, it's
kind of, but I love the way they work around it. Like they blow, like they shoot explosives into the holes that they're trapped in, like going full Bomberman style.
And while the fight might be a little bit silly and kind of a little,
I'm just not interested in the villains.
But but him with the giant hammer, I was like, yes, this is, and this becomes a way that he fights. He's a sneak. He's a tactician. He's a cheat, and I love it. I love that part.
Yeah, that stance where she's just like holding the hammer, and like that one dude's like laid out because he's an idiot, and she's like, oh my god, is that a 5-ton hammer? I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no, that is so good. I loved that shit.
I also like the bazooka dog.
Oh, Bazooka Dog.
I think it's funny, but yeah, I think the fight's just too. Like, it's length.
I mean, it's
just
the problem that you have the mascot and the comic relief. Like, so it's of course not going to be as big as eventually Usopp gets like the most banger moments in every arc. But
yeah, Usopp continues to get really good moments, and I'm happy about that.
Next up is Jaya, which has Bellamy. It has the guys who do the ship salvage stuff.
That punch to the side of Bellamy's face is easily one of the most satisfying takedowns.
Agreed.
For me, it's fine.
I love it because like you got this guy who's like, you know, he's hot shit, and it seeds the eventual conflict with Doflamingo.
Yeah.
In admittedly one of my least favorite arcs, but it is still this like gray moment where you're starting to show things that are going to be much more important later, like something that Oda has continually done very well with. You introduce Blackbeard, you're first seeing Blackbeard.
Yeah. Not knowing that it's Blackbeard at that moment. And also members of Blackbeard's crew who are hanging out, like giving people blow up apples.
Yeah, and you see that Zoro respects pronouns, because he recognizes Blackbeard as they.
Something we've also never really followed up on is Zoro and Luffy's like.
It's like not he. It's
more like they. It's like, what do you mean?
That?
What do you mean?
What's that mean?
Just NB Blackbeard.
But there's that bit where I can't remember how it goes down, but a bunch of pirates are harassing. This is where that happens, right? Where they're harassing Luffy, and
that's what leads to the Bellamy stuff.
This is where Luffy gets his Shanks moment.
Yeah, and they're just like, whatever, we're not going to fight you.
Zoro, don't fight back. Whatever happens.
And Zoro gets it.
Yeah. And I love how Nami's like, what the fuck is wrong with you two?
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not so petty that we need to start this fight. Yeah. We're not so petty that we need to let these idiots drag us down.
It would have just spilled out and caused more chaos for everybody. And Blackbeard's side, he's like, yeah.
And I do find the dynamic between Luffy and Blackbeard so interesting.
Yeah,
because Blackbeard's like, yeah, you and me, we're two peas in a pod, and Luffy's like, no, I don't really like you.
You like cherry pies. You're an idiot.
He's like bad cherry pie.
Yeah, he likes bad cherry pie.
But like they both like cherry pie, but they disagree on what cherry pie they like. And you know, it is like a silly little microcosm of like they're after kind of the same thing, but the way they want to go about it is entirely different, and their attitudes are different.
Yeah, they were great at being able to paint that parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not subtle at all.
No,
but it's not subtle in a way that I can appreciate.
It's not subtle, but it is interesting.
Yeah. One Piece isn't a subtle show.
Yeah,
there are times where it will employ subtlety, But there are times where
It's rare.
I think its strengths are in its lack of subtlety a lot of times.
And I love how bombastic and in your face One Piece is, which makes people that don't get certain themes and ideas frustrating.
Media literacy should be taught.
Yeah.
Either way, the scavenger apes and
I like them, but like they're not a big deal.
They're fine.
Cricket, that's his name. Cricket.
And
we also get a seeding of Sanji's actual full backstory in this arc.
oh, really?
He mentions that the story of Nolan the Liar, which Usopp also kind of like attaches himself to a bit, which also comes back in Dressrosa, is a story that he learned when he lived in North Blue. Like it was all the North Blue kids learn about it.
Oh, right.
And that's when we first learned that Sanji is not from East Blue. Nobody really talks about it, but Sanji just drops that in casually, and it doesn't come back for a really long time.
Yeah, I think this arc, like,
It's certainly good. It does its job.
yeah. And like, it continues the adventure. We get to like see a scuttled ship. It plants all the ideas of Skypia, which is like basically like this is one of those like little things. It feels kind of like a ramp up arc because that's what it is. But it's also the moment where Luffy and Zoro both get their like Zoro first gets his bounty and Luffy gets his updated 100 million bounty.
Yeah, it's like a transition arc, but it's a good one.
I do really appreciate how One Piece does not have power levels except for in one arc
Until
where-
CP9.
Yeah, but then they.
But it's only used once and never again.
But I like the fact that it uses the bounties as kind of an idea, a pseudo power level.
It's more of a barometer for how much the government fears them.
Yeah, it's sort of a threat level
Yes.
of like, hey, this is like they've earned this for a reason.
Specifically to the government.
And so you have like this thing where it's like, oh no, Luffy has to fight this person and his bounty's like twice as high, but like it doesn't mean anything because Luffy's bounty hasn't been updated. So where is he?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with skill level. It has everything to do with just is the government afraid of them?
Yeah.
Does the government hate them?
Because like little tiny child Robin had like what 75
Exactly.
million.
Now Robin is also very dangerous, but only
not
because
as a
they made
child.
her. So
Yeah, but that being said, yeah, it does effectively work as a barometer for the audience to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like it works effectively as that, but it can also mean different things, which is why it works.
Which is why it's smarter than like literal like their power level.
Yeah, exactly.
The important thing in this arc is that you do start to actually see what Robin is like on the crew. Like she's not really part of the crew yet, so to say.
But she's like kind of hanging out and like she kind of gets along with them.
Yeah, and like you start to like see her like starting these relationships with all of these other characters.
Not to get too far in the weeds, but I will always be a little bit sad that the coloration that they did for her skin was apparently not accurate to the manga when it originally happened. Because I just, in general...
I like when the characters have more diverse skin tones. It's more interesting.
She's supposed to be more tan, right?
Yeah. Well,
No.
no.
They pale her up later.
She's more tan because they didn't have a color base for her when they started working on the anime.
They went for variety.
But then we find out that Oda was always going to draw her basically with the same skin tone he draws everybody else. And the same thing happened with Zoro. I liked when Zoro was more tan.
Yeah.
Like I liked when the characters it's not look, I'm not trying to play like the whole diversity card. I just like characters that look different from
it's more visually interesting.
Some people adapt to sun differently.
Yeah. And it's just a little bit sad because
it's like when Goku also got nerfed in that way as well.
they nerfed him.
They nerfed him. They nerfed his melanin.
Well, actually, no.
And then in Super, they covered everybody in oil. And
Yeah.
either way, I'm cool with this being kind of like upper captain.
That's what I feel too.
Yeah, I could see upper captain. I always forget that Jaya arcs
it's not really an arc; it's a ramp up.
It's a transition arc.
Yeah,
It's to me, it's part of Skypia because it doesn't complete its story until after Skypia is over.
Yeah.
Like I always just imagine like it's just part of Skypia. Why?
But I also consider all of East Blue one arc, so whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Next up is Skypia, which I think
So fucking long.
too long. So too long. I think this is one of them.
It's honestly one of the most like adventure parts of the adventure. I love them going to Cloud Island, seeing all this weird shit. Usopp swimming through the clouds.
There's a
like
lot of
an
really good
idiot.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be honest. Skypia is when we go from there's kind of a grounds for reality here too. Okay, this is fucking what?
Another one that will benefit greatly from being massively shrunken down.
Yeah.
Like
I didn't give a shit about any of like the saints, the sages in their trials.
And however, I do find Enel incredibly
Enel's
interesting. And also, this is the first time we get any idea of there possibly being hockey. Like it's, you can argue that Shanks kind of, but not really. But this is where it really like starts to be a thing.
If hockey was a thing when Shanks, then he purposefully lost his arm.
Yes.
Which there are some people who will make the argument that he did that specifically for Luffy, and I'm like, that's stupid.
Maybe he just wasn't that tough at the time. Whatever.
Yeah, look, Oda is just like many other mangaka writing a long running series. He makes adjustments and some stuff just does not make sense in retrospect. You just have to deal with it.
That said, this is the first time that is kind of seeded where like there are characters that can predict, like they have that observation where they can predict what's about to happen.
They called it something else. I don't remember what they called it.
What? I completely forgotten about that. How that
the little girl,
the little girl. Well, the little girl has the thing where it's not that she can see what's going to happen, but she can listen.
She has observation hockey.
She has like crazy observation the same way Enel does.
Exactly.
But Enel also has the thing that the other, like his underlings did, where he can predict what's about to happen.
That's also observation hockey, essentially, in
a different
how things work.
Type of.
It's like further along.
Yeah, it's the way that the Mochi guy does, whatever his.
That said, I like it's this has interesting themes that just unfortunately are just like kind of lost in like all the fighting. This is another one where like the action is when it's least interesting.
It's also like the first batch of characters that like befriend the crew. That's like, it makes no sense for you to go this ride or die for them immediately.
Yeah. But I'll allow it to not extend that further. Yeah.
But we also get the dials and the wave runner. Like those things are like really cool things that they pick up.
What were you gonna say?
I was just going to say that when I was watching through it the first time, this was the first arc where I started to get a little bored.
Yeah, even on my rewatch, I was like, okay, I'm gonna skip some of these.
It starts strong, but in the middle, it's like,
Yeah, and I understand. So, Skypiea is definitely one of the most controversial arcs of all of One Piece because the good stuff that's there is really phenomenal, and even the bad stuff still has stuff attached to it that comes back later that is relevant. It's just the stuff where it appears and isn't that compelling.
Yeah,
especially because you have this entire story about like Enel and the Saints and the warring tribe, and it's like, okay, this is all,
and the people that came from the land, like the people that came from the Blue Sea.
Yeah, and that's a really compelling story and interesting, but damn, it takes so long to get to it.
I skipped the entirety of the Nolan backstory bit because it's so fucking long.
See, and that I think is one of the best parts of the entire thing.
It like honestly, it probably is, but I just wanted to keep the fucking story moving.
Well, I mean, that is
it's important.
It's part of the story, and it is important, sure. But I'm just like, I just want to see Enel make the funny face, man. Like,
this is an arc where I can understand why someone would eventually get tired of it and start skipping stuff. Unfortunately, I think you skipped some of the best stuff.
Probably.
But yeah, like I like the idea of like the big death match thing of him like if everyone's gonna fight to the death, because I think it's fun. I like the idea of it, but in practice, it wasn't very interesting.
Nah.
Luffy is trapped in a big snake for too long.
To be clear, I did see that part originally. I skipped it on my rewatch.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
But the big snake too long. Too long, Luffy and Big Snake.
Yeah, the snake was too long.
But we do get the fairy introduced in this arc.
Yeah, the spirit of the Merry
in the Going Merry.
Yeah, you're right. That is in this arc.
Yeah,
I forgot.
It's like how did like, okay, somebody repaired the ship, but how do they remember what it looked like?
Yeah,
without all the chicken stuff on it.
The fight between Luffy and Enel is so great.
Yeah, that's great.
It just goes on too long. He falls off that ship too many times.
Yeah, that's also true. But man, the moment where Enel realizes
that is great, because like this entire time he's been jobbing everybody, and if Luffy had any other power set, he would have won. But the fact that because like you see Zoro get jobbed, you see Usopp, but like everybody gets zapped. And then like Luffy finally shows up.
And of course, going in like, by the way, if it's not clear, we're gonna spoil everything. We're talking about everything.
Yeah.
But we assume that it's because he has the rubber fruit. but it's actually because he's clouds.
I honestly think that because his fruit gives him cartoon powers, it just gives him what he needs. Like he believes he's rubber, so he's rubber.
Yeah, it's just also elementally like he's actually more aligned with clouds when he's in his Nika form, which also would not be affected much by lightning.
Yeah. But either way, so even if that wasn't even a hint of an idea at this point, the fact that he is rubber, and he gets like zapped. Why aren't you dying? I'm rubber. Whoa.
Yeah,
like the best.
The moment the man runs into an actual problem.
Well, Luffy is his prime predator.
Yeah, because that motherfucker doesn't expect a rubber man. Out of all the things he could have prepared,
he's never even heard of rubber.
Well, and it's also made very clear that like he's never actually had a challenge in his life.
Yeah,
he is a guy who's had he's essentially like he's had a leg up his entire life. He's never had to work for anything,
which is why Luffy's dynamic with him is so great. It's like, I am a god. I am above all things. I don't give a shit. Get down here. Throw these hands.
I don't care.
Throw this bell.
And like Luffy's way of getting around his prediction was so beautiful. Like he turned around, started punching the wall, and like so his reflecting punches just went random places. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't until like Luffy gets like the giant like gold ball on his arm that things like really fucking slowed the shit down.
Yeah. But just watching Enel get his bell rung is so fucking sick.
Yeah,
it did feel like it kind of an anti-climax though. Like it's great that he gets like that one final punch and then sends him to the moon.
To the moon.
Yeah, to the moon, Luffy.
Bang. Zoom.
And he does ring the bell, so it is like very nice and thematic. But god damn, does it take fucking forever to get there?
Yeah, unfortunately, Oda would after this continue this trend of taking way too fucking long with these climactic battles. Oh my god.
Now pacing's great, but we can get into that later. But
if it weren't for the pacing, this would be up there in Yonko personally. But now I think it's like kind of down near the bottom of Warlord.
I would honestly put it in Captain or maybe even Nakama, depending on how badly the bad stuff is.
I would put it at least at the top of Captain.
It's high to grade. I would put it at the top of Captain.
It does also have my best way of the crew leaving a situation, which is they try to steal something and they think they're getting caught when people are trying to give them something.
Yeah.
Oh, we also get another like big long running thing. Roger putting a little Roger was here.
Oh yeah.
Graffiti on the bell, and Robin's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh,
most people can't read this language,
and yet he can write it.
Which we do have an answer to that actually, but
I love
it. It is our second poneglyph too. So
it is. Next up is Long Ring Longland.
Okay,
I like this one.
Oh man, everyone's got feelings on Long Ring.
The shitty thing is, it's fun. It's so fun.
I like it. I like wacky races, so I like this.
And I love Afro Luffy. It's probably like my favorite Luffy design.
Another one where dubs do racist stuff.
I laughed. It's
no.
They have Usopp's doing a weird voice.
Like he's doing like old boxer trainer.
Yeah, which ends up being an impression of a black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
but
I see what you mean.
Generic.
But it is funny.
But I do like Long Ring Longland, and the Davy back stuff is probably going to be really important.
So how do you feel? Because I've heard this from people, I feel like, but I've never really gotten an explanation.
Especially if you're caught up to the manga, it's become very clear. The Davy back fights are going to be so important.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
To talk about this arc, though, like Foxy seems like a shithead, but his crew love him. Like being a part of the Foxy Pirates doesn't seem like a bad time.
We love that you stole us.
Yeah, no, everybody's having a great time. He literally floats around on a giant carnival ship. Like,
yeah.
And not the cruise line, but like his ship is a carnival.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that like kind of there is also something at the very end of this arc that's important, but like the only thing not many tugging at the heartstrings stuff in here, except for the part where they take Chopper, and Chopper's really about it.
Yeah, honestly, Chopper being
he's so sad.
Like Luffy, like they win that one round. It's like, I'll take the horse, Luffy. Why?
Yeah, like Luffy would have just beaten them up if they wanted to take Chopper anyway.
Yeah, true.
And I love the like at the end, it's like, well, I got 500 of you, so I'll take Chopper, Robin, and you through you. Okay, you guys are dismissed.
And there is an important character beat here with Sanji and Zoro, where they actually learn to work together as a team, which they had never done up to that point, and that's very important to their dynamic later.
I love that bit in the anime, and especially in they did a little bit of like reanimated stuff. Oh, it's so good.
It is funny how the first time I watched it, my brain was screaming filler, like, because this is the most filler coded canon arc I have ever seen in my life.
But it's not.
But it isn't. But it's funny that they gave Foxy probably one of the more powerful devil fruit powers.
The time thing is crazy.
Yeah, the slow fruit.
And he's just not competent enough to use it effectively.
So
I mean, he uses it relatively effectively. He's just kind of a buffoon.
Yeah.
There's one thing I just remembered that we touched on for a split second and then did not mention from Baratier.
What's that?
Fucking Mihawk, bro.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
We mentioned it, but I just want to like say that whole Mihawk fight is so fucking cool and everything about it, and that definitely. Okay, yeah, but still, that segment, like
it's Zoro's like biggest character defining moment.
I sort of forget that it's in Baratier because in my mind it's just the fight with Mihawk. It is so big.
Only a fool hunts rabbits with cannons.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you use that big sword on your back? Why would I? And, only fools hunt rabbits with a cannon. And like, oh, it's such a sick
scars
line.
on the back is a swordsman's shame.
Yes. Oh, so many good lines. Such a good scene. Sorry, had to get out there.
Yeah. But yeah, this one, I mean, I like it. So I think it's in Captain, like, because I don't think it like overstays its welcome much. Like,
Yeah.
I will say that like some of those games probably didn't need multiple episodes. But
yes, that's an anime problem.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. That actually was
I'm an anime guy, so
Yeah,
we're going to be dealing with that.
Unfortunately, yeah, being an anime guy, you are getting the worst version of all of these.
That said, we should also discuss before we move on that this arc ends, and it's easy to forget this. It ends with Robin and Luffy getting frozen.
Yeah, that's right. Aokiji.
Aokiji shows up for the first time.
Oh shit!
It has like a crazy dramatic ending.
Right.
It's the moment where Luffy realizes, okay, I need to step up. I need to get stronger. I need to start seeding the fact that maybe I am a god. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I will say the other thing that makes this arc a little bit frustrating for people is that it's immediately after Skypiea. So we're like, okay, now what cool thing do we have next? And then we have goofy shit. And I do think people are like, God damn it.
It does come after a filler arc in the anime, but
Oh, right.
That was after G7.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess is one of the better filler arcs.
Yes.
But
Is that the one where Sanji has
it's
to...
the one where they have to cook for they have to pretend to be the cooking crew.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that has like the Luffy hiding behind a guy's back
Yeah,
thing.
that's where I got
Yeah, that shit was all really good.
that said, I might put Long Ring probably closer to the middle of Captain, like maybe above Reverse Mountain, because I do think it's more fun than that, even if it's less like, important, all things considered.
And again, Afro Luffy.
I love Afro Luffy.
Moving forward, the Aokiji thing leads directly into Water 7.
Okay, I am of the mind, and I know people have argued with me
I'd
on
consider
this.
the Aokiji thing part of Water 7 because
It's not, though.
before.
Yeah,
They're still on Long Ring Long Land.
Yeah, you're right.
People will argue with me on this one, and I'll understand, but Water 7 and Enies Lobby are the same goddamned arc in two parts.
They should be.
I think it's a part 1 and a part 2 kind of, but I don't mind them being separated.
It's the same way as Jaya and Skypiea.
They're often separated by where they're at.
But let me put it to you this way, though. They are greater than the sum of their parts. Because if Water 7 and Enies Lobby as a duo, easy Kaiserneko, like easy top tier for me. But Water 7 on its own is a little lower.
Yeah, but I think actually both of these, if we're just going to talk about them as like together, for me would be in Yonko even on their own.
Okay.
Because I have a great time with both of them.
Actually,
Yeah, because you have the introduction of Frankie. I'm here or there on the Frankie family, but you get Frankie, you get like Usopp's versus Luffy, Usopp leading the crew.
Actually, no, I got it mixed up. Enies Lobby would probably be a little bit lower than Water 7, because Water 7 is actually when all the best stuff happens. Enies Lobby...
Enies Lobby has I Want to Live.
Yeah. That's another tentpole moment.
It has I Want to Live, but that's countered by the fact that its fights kind of aren't great.
I think they're better than some others.
As somebody who's kind of in the middle of it, I'll attest to the fact that it's better than Alvast.
I think it's way better than Alabasta.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to challenge that, but I also want to get other stuff out of the way first. Yeah. So let's talk about Water 7, because oh my god, Water 7, oh my god,
it's so fun.
Yeah. First of all, you get a frog that sumo wrestles trains.
Yeah.
Actually,
Which turns out to be very sad.
That's Water 7.
It is.
That's where they introduce the frog.
Okay, so that's
Because oh my god, that frog's doing a front crawl.
Because the train's all part of it. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, fair.
Yeah, and they follow the frog onto the train tracks.
Yeah.
And then that ends up being deeply sad in its own way.
Yeah.
Real Laboon energy there.
Yeah.
Water 7 introduces us to a fantastic new city with all the oh man, before they do their heel turn, and even after they do the heel turn, all the crew, shipwrights and all that stuff, like Kaku. I love Kaku. I love how he gets around.
You think he's going to be like the leader for a while.
Yeah. And Polly is such a sweetheart.
Even Rob Lucci being kind of a goofball, like
With the bird.
ventriloquist, like being a ventriloquist with his bird.
He's secretly a silly guy if the world would let him.
He's a goofy fella.
Yeah, no. The fact that these guys all turn halfway through is done so well, because they all feel like very natural, very authentic people.
Yeah.
There's no part of you that's like, wait, what the fuck was up with that?
And the part that like I think is like really well done about this is like the mystery of the arc isn't like at the start of the arc isn't necessarily like, you know, who's a bad guy, who are they going to fight? It's who's going to be added to the crew. So you get introduced to this massive group of eclectic characters, both in the shipwrights and like, you know, Frankie, and you're like, okay, it's looking like Frankie's the villain right now, and one of these guys is going to join them. Maybe Rope Guy, maybe it's going to be
Psych.
yeah.
I remember when I was watching, I was a little bit like, oh, so is Frankie going to be our big bad of this one? That's interesting.
And then they introduced the fact that Robin's getting blackmailed.
Yeah. Oh my God, that whole sequence, and just, oh my God.
The scene with Chopper and Sanji and Robin is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, oh my God.
Everything with Usopp.
Everything
oh
with
my
Usopp.
God.
I can't.
It's very emotional. It makes me cry.
Yeah, the fact that Frankie's face turn is because of Usopp is kind of great too.
Yeah.
And just watching Usopp just go all out against Luffy
and do really well.
Yeah, no, because he's been there long enough. He knows how Luffy fights. He knows how to counter Luffy.
Yeah, he spread caltrops over a foggy area and like doused him with like rotten eggs so he couldn't smell sulfur. So when he lit the area on fire, Luffy couldn't do shit about it.
Yeah, like it proves that like Usopp's actually like he's such a smart tactician that if you give him, he's like Batman. You give him prep time, he'll work it out.
Yeah, I know. Fucking Usopp is dangerous.
Usopp with prep time rivals Batman.
While Luffy wasn't great at the whole communication thing, Usopp does come off as the more like unreasonable of the two in their conversation.
Until like he has that conversation with Frankie, and Frankie is able to like to talk about the Klabauterman and like the whole fair thing. It's like, oh, so Frank like Usopp had a reason to feel this way, even if he didn't fully understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's obviously flaws with how both of them are approaching it. Luffy's not.
He's being too plain. Like he made his decision, and as captain, like Zoro's like, yeah, no, he made his call, and he's right, and everybody else is like, he's right, but Usopp's like, and
then Luffy gets upset that Usopp accuses him of not caring.
Yeah, and like that's the important part, because like of course Luffy cares. It's just he's like it was a tough decision for him.
And I love the moment where like when Usopp's like, well, if you don't like it, then you can just delete. And then Sanji kicks him in the face to stop him from finishing the sentence.
Yeah, stop it. Like you don't want to say something you can't take back.
Yeah, that kick is so good.
It's really good because Sanji would never do that under any other circumstance.
Yeah, and then and to skip ahead a little bit, just because it ties directly into this, when all this comes back around and Usopp's out there, you know, saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go back," and Luffy wants to, and Zoro stops him and says, "If you let him back on here without him apologizing, I won't be able to trust you again."
Oh no, he won't respect him.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I love God. It's so good to see Luffy have a crew that makes him be the captain he needs.
And that's what Usopp needed. Yeah, like because Usopp needs to just, you know, hold himself accountable and be like, no, I can't keep calling myself captain. I can't keep doing this shit. Because some of that stuff is bad that he did. Like it's silly, but it's not good.
Yeah. And it's disruptive.
Yeah.
And so, God.
Yeah. And like
shit is...
and also Sanji gets to do all that like great like little spy stuff like off in the background. Like where he's like he's keeping track of where Robin is, and he's like, I get it.
Yeah. And then, like, you know, that goes off to him going off on the train alone that leads into leads into Eni's lobby.
Yeah.
And that shit is great.
That's
too.
just also great.
Also, we get introduced to Sogeking, who
Sogeking.
unfortunately doesn't show up so much after this arc, but he's great.
No, it's weird. Oda usually likes to
Kinda
bring back his
disappears.
characters.
He had a
and
whole
we've never-
theme song for him.
I know.
I also think Frankie has one of the best lines in the series.
Oh.
Nobody's committed a crime just by being born.
Oh, yeah.
Or something like that. It's not a crime to just like him talking to Robin.
Yeah, that's in Eni's lobby.
Yeah, it's on the train, so I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Whatever that tween period is.
Yeah, and so we have all this good stuff to say. Very few
honestly,
bad things.
I think they have like opposite problems of each other. I think Water 7 gets a little like long near the end of it, like where Luffy gets stuck between two buildings twice.
The building thing, the train fight go a little too long. Again, action is I think when One Piece is usually dragging.
Yeah, the train fights were meh, and then Eni's lobby, on the other hand, has the problem where like it takes too long for them to get to the fucking like Gate of Judgment.
So what I was saying earlier about the fights.
Yeah.
I can look back at any of the fights before these ones and be like, I love this moment. I love that moment. The best part of any of these fights here is that I absolutely adore Zoro with Usopp on his arm as he's fighting Kaku. And frankly, that's kind of the only moment that I really remember from these fights that it gets me excited or left an impact.
I can probably remind you of a few. This is when Chopper first does his monster thing.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Monster
That's a great moment.
Okay, monster form Chopper is pretty good.
Also, it's the first time Chopper actually really has to fight on his own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sanji loses that fight to what? Khalifa,
Which
yeah.
I hate. I hate that. I hated that whole fight.
I do think it's funny that Nami proves that she's attracted to women, in that where she's like, wow, I'd love her to be my secretary.
But also, and people probably love these fights, and that's fine. I'm probably the one who's in the minority here, and I accept that. I don't like that fight either.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's just not that interesting. It's just not that interesting.
I like that Nami like thinks her way out of it though.
I did like Sanji's bit of that where he's like this is the first time he like actually just actively says I was raised this is the way I was raised. I can't hit a woman.
I do not hit women.
I will not kick a woman.
And like respectable.
Yeah.
But if you lose this fight, other people in your crew are going to suffer for it.
Yeah.
You've got to stop.
And Nami tells him as much.
Yeah.
Nami's like, look, I think it's like, did you actually go all out?
Yeah,
You're a fucking idiot. But
I think it's presented as a flaw.
Yeah. Like she says, you're an idiot. But I do like, and as she's like walking out, I like that I like the chivalrous part of you though.
Yeah. But and
so I'll take care of this one.
And obviously there's Usopp shoot down that flag and I want to live.
Yeah,
Usopp,
shoot down that. Yeah, Sogeking, shoot down that flag.
And then Robin just destroying the guy in the mask.
Spandam.
Yeah.
Yeah. So earned. So damn earned.
I also like his elephant sword.
Oh yeah, elephant sword.
Plus, like we didn't really cover that in Water 7. We also get in Water 7 we get Frankie's backstory, which is also very tragic.
Tom, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like the whole thing with Tom. I get upset about Tom.
Frankie builds all these amazing war machines, and then
Gapper Gabbin.
All of the battle Frankies get used against them, and so.
God, there's so many good moments. My God.
And like this is the second time we hear about Pluton, the devastating warship.
The fact that Frankie just has all that shit in his head is so important.
For a while, I thought that like the Sunny was going to be Pluton.
Also, I will say I like the development with Asura from Zoro. Like that was a cool introduction to that whole thing. And we see it develop as time goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I frankly, unfortunately, do not care about the fight between Lucci and Luffy. I
think that's madness.
I think it's cool looking, but also none of it is all that clever.
The only part that I don't like is every time he does Gear 3 and you have that like one whole episode after he does it of him just trying to hide.
Yeah.
Those are the only parts that I feel drag. I love the intro of Gear 2 and the way he just beats the shit.
I like the core of it.
Okay, but Gear 2 is introduced with his fight against Bruno?
Bruno, yeah.
Yeah. And that is amazing, but that's also Water 7.
And he's the door guy.
That's Eni's lobby. That's right before.
That's Eni's lobby.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought that was okay, my brain, a lot of stuff happens.
Yeah.
here,
Don't worry.
Yeah, they mix together.
This is the part literally I just watched through.
But yeah, no, okay, yeah. The introduction of Gear 2, on the other hand, is one of the most hype things in all of the. Oh my god!
The fact that Luffy learned to adapt, like, yeah, I got frozen, so I need to learn how to, like, heat myself up real good.
And
I learned that I could just expand my blood vessels.
which doesn't make sense if he just has the gum fruit, but if he has a different one.
But it can make sense because he's just basically rubberizing his veins to, like, widen. So
Sure. But
Either way.
you know,
But yeah, he
the
starts
fact that it
giving off
allows him to do whatever he
steam.
thinks he can do.
Like, you can start to see the smoke coming off of him.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. But then Gear 3 actually isn't related to that at all. It's just him being a goofy dumbass.
Yeah.
yeah, and Gear 3 sucks.
I don't like Gear 3.
Yeah,
It's why they drop it entirely and just let him have
then-
the big fucking
And they
cartoon
make the
fist
snake
later.
version.
Yeah.
yeah, but then they made Gear 4, which
We'll get to that.
We'll get to
That's,
that. But
that's going to be a bit. Either
That
way,
said, I think we
Water 7, I can, like, both of these I can agree being in Yonko. Enies Lobby I might put up in Kaizoku.
I would put Water 7 in Kaizoku and Enies Lobby.
I'm fine
in
putting both.
Yonko.
I would definitely put Water 7 up there. I do think Enies Lobby is a little worse just because of the amount of things
Okay,
that
but
are
I do think it's
less
better
good.
than Alabasta, so I'd put it on top.
I agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Look, okay, hold on. Who would
You
vote-
got to remember that this ends with the death of Mary.
who would
It does.
Who would put Enies Lobby in Kaizoku?
I think I would, yeah.
Okay.
Enies
Yeah, we can put both there. Because, I think the Mary stuff
Mary's
puts
funeral,
it over.
oh my god. Like,
Oh, yeah, no.
jump into the water. She's been
Yeah.
here the whole time. Ah, my fucking heart.
It makes me cry. I showed that scene to Jesse out of context and he cried.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I may not love the fights, but they're not bad.
No, they're not.
They're better than Alabasta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The only reason I don't like the one with Sanji is because it just kind of got old. I was like, oh, okay, that's the whole thing, and then we got Nami in there, and then I just thought
And Frankie's is kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
Didn't Frankie fight the
He
Zipper
fought
dude?
Zipper Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember how that fight goes.
Exactly.
That
Zoro's and Lucci are the only, like, real standout ones.
yeah, and not to mention that is also the time where we got the introduction of Gear 2. Yeah, no, it earns the Kaizoku. Oh, neat.
All right. So we're going to move a little faster through some stuff now.
Let's do it.
So post Enies Lobby. But yeah, post Enies Lobby.
Is that just when they get the Sunny and...
Sunny Garp shows up. New Kobe shows up.
Oh my god, I forgot how late they
Helmeppo shows
introduced
up.
Garp.
That's when Garp first shows up.
That's crazy. The live action did do that right. I think seating Garp earlier is better.
I'm here and there on it. But Akainu comes back and, like, sort of explains some of his motivations with Robin.
Oh, not Aquino.
Aokiji. They have similar names.
Aokiji is so fun.
And Aokiji, yeah, he sort of secretly tells Robin, like, hey, I knew you wanted to die. so I
was just gonna
froze
let it
you.
happen.
But if you don't want to die, great. I won't kill you. Oh god, I forgot that like in Enies Lobby we also get all of Robin's backstory, which is so good.
So this would also include this would be the Mary's funeral.
Maybe I think that's on the border. But I think technically post Enies Lobby is when they get back to Water 7. Where they switch. Usually it's when they switch locations.
So it's just falling action. That's stupid. This
It's
thing
the
should not
denouement.
be included.
Yeah.
It's considered its own thing because like it's got a lot of stuff that happens.
By the way, I always, my brain, when you said Enies Lobby, my brain thought Enel's Lobby. Like, for some reason, my brain just did a weird hiccup.
Enel's waiting room.
But here's the thing. Whenever I saw Enies Lobby, my brain always would think Enel. So I got confused when I would be going through that stuff, like when I was younger. Like, way younger.
That sounds like a you problem.
I mean, no, it was.
That said, I think it's a really good denouement, like one of the better ones, even.
Yeah. No,
so, like, maybe Captain?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
My Captain?
It's just like it kind of pales into what came directly before it. But
And now,
Next, Thriller Bark.
Thriller Bark.
I hate Thriller Bark.
Such a mixed bag. Okay,
I hate it.
let me. It's opening.
I know a couple reasons why.
Yeah.
There are a few reasons why, I'm sure, but its opening is probably
Good.
one of my
Really good.
favorite openings of any arc. I love the way they split the crew. I love how they do it, and I love the two different crews' adventures into the island. It's
100%
so fun.
agree.
Yep.
I love
I
that.
think I'll even go so far as to say the opening and endings of the arc
and the ending.
are some of the best they've ever
It's
done.
great.
Oh my God, the ending.
Nothing happened.
I mean,
It's
nothing
fine.
happened, but that's fine.
But the middle is dog shit.
The middle plods way too much.
It has one good thing.
There are some decent things in the middle, but it's surrounded by crap.
The middle is not, to me, it's not dog shit. The problem is there are dog shit things all throughout it.
It's
also fucking boring.
I only remember Any Slobby through the not Any Slobby. I only remember Thriller Bark through the anime so much. I can't call it bad. It has a moment where a zombie tries to crawl out.
Yeah, I know. The opening is so good.
Down,
shoving the zombie in, taming the Cerberus.
I call that the beginning.
Yeah,
but then
Brooke.
We also meet
Perona.
Oh, Perona.
We meet Perona.
I love Perona.
I love Perona, and I love everything to do with Usopp.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's great.
It's
the one good fight.
You can't make me lose self-esteem. I have none.
Yeah.
And then after that, we also have the whole body switching thing, like taking like the souls out and putting them in other things and all that.
The
stuff.
shadows.
It gets so old.
Yeah. And then the worst climactic fight of the entire series.
Oh, well, hold on. I will say only because the actual way that it's won is kind of lame.
I think everything happening during it sucks too.
Okay. The combination of everybody fighting against Moria is so cool, though.
I think it's good in theory. I think in practice, Moria sucks so bad and so long that I don't care.
Moria does kind of suck. It's true.
Sorry, Guerrero.
He plays him very well.
Guerrero's not
amazing.
a problem.
Yeah, I know. But I did like Monster Luffy. I like it's another Luffy design that I kind of enjoy.
I don't dislike it.
Like the bit with Oars Jr. just has one of those things where I have like
cool lore stuff.
Yeah, but I have like a kind of like a media bias where it's like, oh, okay, he's in the mind of that creature, so this isn't permanent, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of stuff that doesn't matter, and like then bits that aren't fucking funny.
Yeah.
And some bits that are outright offensive.
They do lean super hard into the fan service.
I don't mind fan service.
Neither do I.
I don't even necessarily mind the nature of the fan service in terms of like an out of context manner, but in the context here, it's especially egregious because it takes Sanji and completely undermines the character they had built up until this point of a man who was chivalrous but a love hound. And they make him a fucking
disgusting.
He's
supposed to respect women.
Suave Sanji is great. Simp Sanji is not so great.
I don't mind Simp Sanji. It's pervert Sanji I don't like.
Yeah. Simp Sanji is
he can be a simp.
Yeah, I can mind with him simping. It's like and look. I could even see him, like a bit of him being tempted by the idea of like I could see her naked.
But he should be more upset by the violation.
Yes, he should.
But he's also seen her tits already in Alabasta.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but the fact that Oda decided to go the pervert route was like that completely.
He decided to go for a punchline that doesn't work.
Yeah, and it completely ruins the entire thing they built with Sanji as that type of character.
He had to spend a long time building that back up, only to fuck it up again and then have to fix it again. We'll get to that later.
But the invisible guy doesn't want to marry a warthog. He wants to marry the pretty lady.
Yeah, I'll say, I think there's a reason Absalom is one of the only characters Oda has killed off, and in a really fucked up way, actually. Yeah. Full on cannibalized.
Well, then, good for Sanji. That means that fruit's out there somewhere.
No, it is not.
Oh, it isn't. Okay.
He was cannibalized.
Oh, so the fruit is in her.
It's in the person who cannibalized him.
Okay.
Oh.
It's fucked up. I think Moria's dead too. Because who gives a shit?
Wait, actually, no. I think Moria
might still be alive. Absalom is 100% dead.
Yeah, Moria's still alive. We established that later,
okay.
Actually.
Absalom is 100% dead, however.
Yeah.
Because he got eaten.
Either way, despite like the really messy middle with like Usopp being the only like really good fight in the arc, I still love the opening and ending of this so much. I'd have a hard time putting it beneath Warlord personally.
And there are still actually parts for me in the arc proper that I still was entertained by and found some good out of. But that being said, its lows are the lowest of One Piece I've had until this point. No cool.
Maybe until this point.
Yeah, no, until this point. No question. It was the lowest we'd had.
For me, it's the lowest period. But the most I'd put is like low captain.
I would put it in high Nakama.
High Nakama. Yeah. Like the thing is, the great stuff is pushing it further.
I mean, like I'm like kind of biased towards things with a sort of like Halloween-y tone. So
I will say I do really appreciate the theming. That it is the most. It's one of the most unique arcs out of all of them, just because it does that.
That's part of what pisses me off more, though, is that it wastes that on a lot of boring shit.
Captain, because I do think those bring it up from being just okay.
Its opening and ending are so strong.
They are, and that's the only thing that's making me not fight it being a captain.
Because that ending, I can't get over just how fucking boss Zoro really is,
and like the mystery of Kuma that we don't even learn about until like 20 years later.
For Kuma,
it only gets better because of the more you learn about Kuma.
Yeah.
Sabaody, this one's really great.
Sabaody's so good.
The most satisfying punch.
Yes. Oh my god.
More than Bellamy.
Yeah, we get Hachi redemption. We get the punch.
It is.
We get to see Sanji's fucking poster come into play, where there's somebody that looks exactly like it.
That's a really fun bit.
Good gag.
We get all of the worst generation, which were just made up on the spot because he's like, it's getting a little boring. Here's the worst generation. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them yet.
Here's a bunch of people with a bounty over 100,000.
And he came up with great things to do with them.
Oh my god, he really did.
Trafalgar and Bonnie are so good.
Trafalgar, Kid, and Bonnie are great. The others just kind of
but they all get something to do.
They get something.
And if I had to be honest with you, using Eustace Kid as a jobber for Shanks later,
so good.
That's oh my god.
Because I don't like kids, so it's great.
Because he's supposed to be a piece of shit. He was he was the violent, angry one.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's not like he couldn't use Kid again later. It's not like I don't think he's dead.
No.
Like I can see him coming back later in a really interesting way, and maybe even with backstory. But the way, sorry, we're jumping ahead.
But so much stuff is done here, and it's all fun.
It's oh my god!
Introducing the Celestial Dragons and just like the kind of shit heels they really are. The fact that Zoro almost cut one down and got saved by Bonnie. And then
the Kuma thing at the end.
Yeah. Again,
also so good.
Like Luffy just punching that dude in the Krolos.
Yeah. Whatever his name is. Yeah.
At the auction, he's like, perfect.
Yeah. And then to cap it off with one of the most emotionally devastating endings that's only going to be beat shortly after.
Yeah. Like I still have my crew will always fucking like hit me.
But like. The ending and like the animation they did at that moment, what a great time to like dedicate to really great animation of Luffy just being fucking so sad and like because he doesn't know what happened to them. He doesn't know if they're dead or not.
Yeah.
So he's just like beating his head against the ground crying.
He just knows he's in a random he just knows that like they're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah, he just knows that his world just got turned upside down.
He's watching one and as a viewer watching as like one by one. Punk, oh my god, what happened? What the shit?
The anime did an amazing job of that moment.
Yeah.
Because it sold. If it had just been,
I also love the bubble popping sound of every establishing shot,
and it does it by showing you that no, they're gone. They're not just like somewhere else.
It implies that they're dead, even though they're not.
Well, it implies that they're either dead or they are no longer in this area,
and they are on complete opposite sides of the world.
And they're gone for a long time.
When you find out what actually happened to them there, it's really funny.
And what a great choice by Oda to make Robin the last one as well. We just fought so hard to get her back.
Yeah. Which, and I like the fact that just because we got her back only to lose her again did not feel like, well, then what was the point?
Yeah, no, not at all.
It was very well done.
Just Luffy being that devastated until he gets away.
Do we have anything negative to say about this?
I don't think I do.
All right.
This might be one of the best paced arcs in the show.
Maybe it's above all these other ones, and just in terms of like what bang for your buck.
Okay, hold on. It's really good. I'd still put it at the bottom just because it does not have a big climactic holy shit moment.
I mean,
no. So hold on. Not a big climactic victorious moment. It's just that big moment at the end there is like. But what the fuck just happened?
I think that can be just as powerful as something that makes you feel good.
For me that's even more powerful because so many things end in victory. The fact that this one ends in defeat is so compelling.
That's true, but it's also very short.
Yeah, and I'll
I think that's also to its credit.
Okay, no. But all I'm saying is that it has its great moments. It's basically nothing but good moments, but it's also basically like, okay, it's short, it's compact, it works. it earned its place, but I'm not going to put it above the other bigger moment, like longer arcs that did more.
I'll see that.
And also like just make sure we mention the Cammy and the Starfish guy.
and
their clothing company.
And
Hachi, who weirdly sells takoyaki. That's kind of creepy.
Yeah. I love that. Love it.
And Hachi's like, and also Hachi's like relationship with Nami, where like Nami's like, I mean, Hachi was like one of the better ones, honestly. He was pretty cool.
He was helpful to Zoro.
He just was working for a shitty guy, and like, you know, she works through her feelings with him, where she's like, it's complicated.
She has to work through her feelings with mermen in general.
Yes, but yeah, like
we'll get to Fishman Island. Amazon Lily. I like Amazon Lily a lot.
I like it. I do think it's on the lower end for sure.
Yeah.
The highs are not very high.
I think Luffy's interactions with Hancock, the introduction of Hancock in general, fucking great. I do love like those moments where like you find like where he kind of cracks her shell. It's like, okay, yeah, I can turn those two back to normal, or I could give you a ship. You have to choose. You can only take one. Oh, good. Fix them. Like,
yeah.
And she's just like,
and I'll also say my instinct is to put this in Nakama just because like of the very low, like very lack of high highs, but I forgot that Boa's backstory is in this, and I actually think it has one of the most tasteful things Oda's ever done of like implying something truly horrible, but doing it in such a genuinely emotionally affecting way without crossing a line.
Also,
because the implied sexual violence is really rough, but he handles it shockingly well.
Yeah, it's interesting because Oda has this line of like, okay, I'll go up to this line, but when
I'll have the invisible wolf man spy on the naked lady.
But
he takes that seriously.
Yeah. And I appreciate that because there are things that Oda does with his women that I don't love, but when he gives them the great moments, and there are times where he's like, he's handled these extremely well.
Well, and like when like one of the sisters like just kind of starts when they're talking about the story, just kind of starts screaming. I kind of want to cry just talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment where like Luffy realizes that tattoo on her back is something that like she never wants to be seen, and he covers it up for her is like
that's also really good. Like it's a lot of good Luffy moments,
and it's
the arc that kind of shows Luffy as best boy.
Yeah, like it shows you like you can strip everyone else away, Luffy's still great.
Yeah, and also really funny.
It is.
It's a really funny arc.
See, I
he's
think
got this mushroom growing on him. Why it won't come off?
Honestly, I would probably put it. For me, it's Thriller Bark.
Oh yeah, 100% above Thriller Bark. I wouldn't put it above Post-Indies at Lobby, but I would put it above Thriller Bark.
It is amazing. We had some nasty things to say about Thriller Bark. And
it's just that the opening and ending are so good. That's really it.
Opening and ending are so much better than Amazon Lily. Amazon Lily is just like a fine tale throughout.
It's just solid.
It's great character work, but with no big beats.
Yeah, it's really funny because Amazon Lily, if we want to talk about what's good versus what's bad, it has almost nothing that I would be like, I didn't like that or it dropped out. And yet it's below Drum Island, Syrup Village, Post-Indies Lobby, and I kind of don't know how to argue that it should be higher because those are big characters.
It just doesn't have any real high points, like any huge high points.
Meanwhile, high points, Impel Down.
Impel Down is great.
Impel Down.
It's too long, but it's great.
It is horrifically paced.
Yes.
So it weirdly, and I'm not going to say that it's accurate at all. For me, Impel Down and Marineford are always kind of the same thing because it's all just a lead up to that happening.
I think they're
so distinctly different.
Well, yeah, but having Marineford be separate from Impel Down is weird to me. Just because it is really a Water 7 Enies Lobby situation for me.
I think it's less that. Like, while one is like continuing the story of the other, Impel Down is such a different setting and has like a different goal to it. This is like we need to escape from prison as opposed to Water 7, which is like let's get on the train.
Except the entire impetus to go into the prison is to get Ace, and that story comes to an end in Impel Down.
Yeah, but like I said, it is part of the same story, but they're two completely different.
Well, and then, here's the thing: Water 7 takes place in that one city.
Well, they're already two different arcs, so shut up.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I think there's an argument. There's an argument, I'd say, for it's all one story being told over two parts.
It's called One Piece.
There's an argument, but
first season just ended.
Impel Down is really long and mostly its own thing and it has a climax. That said, the things it introduces, we get fucking Bon Clay back. We get Ivankov.
Ivankov is yeah. I'm so happy that I play Walla in the background of most of those scenes.
You can hear me a bunch in that arc in the dub.
We get Sylvester Stallone.
Oh God, we do.
You get the prison warden who shits himself nearly to death every day.
Yeah, which he's fine.
The biggest problem with Impel Down is it, again, doesn't really have any of those big moments. It has amazing character work throughout.
Oh, and I will say, Buggy and Mr. 3, huge highlight.
Yes, absolutely. The fact that you get more character time between Luffy and Buggy is great.
Yeah. And I love Buggy's thing. It's like, oh, he's so pure. He's so great. I hate that I'm going to fuck you over so bad. And I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Here, hold my feet so I can fly.
It's an arc full of so much good stuff.
Fantastic character
Crocodile.
This is where we get the seed of the thing.
I love we only get like one scene with Crocodile in the entire Impel Down story. I mean, and it's so good.
I mean, this is where we get like this is the birth of Captain Buggy.
It is the real true birth of Captain Buggy. The rebirth of Captain Buggy.
This is where the legend of Buggy begins.
Yeah, where all of these people, where he might be stronger than them in general, but all of them are more notorious than he is.
Yeah.
Just follow him.
But Ivankov's great. There's the whole sequence is funny, and it's just great.
And we get some Jinbei. Like this is where we first really get some Jinbei.
Yeah. But Impel Down, like really fun. It's too long, but luckily, like I can't think of any like specific points where like there's a really long dip. It's just it's just a bit too overlong for what it is.
Yeah, they dwell a little too much on each of the beats, and it's...
I think the climax with Bon Clay sacrificing himself for everyone else is really good.
That's probably the biggest moment in it, though. So, like, all that said, it's probably still somewhere in Captain.
I think it's definitely on the higher end of Captain.
Impel Down...
I put it above Little Garden.
I would argue that it is either at the top of Captain or the bottom of Warlord.
I can go with that.
Specifically,
I'll say top of Captain. I can't personally see Warlord just because
I do think it's better than Skypiea.
Yeah, that I agree with.
We can all agree on that.
Yeah, and I can't say that it's better than Broad TA, and I can't say it's better than I don't know. Logtown is sort of an interesting.
I think Logtown is better at being what it is.
Thematically is so important.
Yeah,
I think if Impel Down didn't feel as dragged out as it does, and God help me, it really does feel dragged out. Then because it's the biggest problem is that there's a lot that happens, but it's all in one central location.
Yeah, I think it's just that it feels a little samey.
Yeah, it does.
He tried to address that, but
and it's one of those ones where you're like, and I think this is actually to its benefit. You're not bouncing around between characters all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it moves a little faster than it would have,
but it's still long.
I think it would have been slightly more interesting if the Warden had been more interesting.
Yeah, because Magellan is not bad. He's just not that interesting.
I don't like looking at him.
I think his design is really neat.
I mean, he's meant to be like emblematic of that Enma like thing where he's guarding the gate of hell.
Yeah.
Oh God! But then there's the other. Oh God! What's the name of the Sphinx dude?
Oh right, I always forget about him.
Yeah. He's so funny, and I hate him.
Meanwhile, Marineford.
Right away, I'm going to say Marineford's at the top. It is long, but it justifies it.
I would put Marineford in Yonko.
You might get outvoted here.
I think you're going to get outvoted.
I wouldn't put it above Sabaody, but like it's close.
Sabaody's just so perfectly paced.
Yes, I think that Sabaody has no downsides.
Like Marineford it has that problem where. God, I think I play like two different pirate captains in this. There are so many fucking things that happen.
But also, I love seeing all those guys.
Also,
I play a guy with a monkey on his shoulder.
Also, I will say Marineford is bolstered a little bit in my mind, only because One Piece fan letter takes that whole scenario and puts you in the feet, puts you in the shoes of the
that was really great
during that whole thing. Have you seen fan letter?
Not yet. I hear it also covers like the post, like when they come back to Sabaody.
A little bit.
Well, that's neither here nor there. We still got a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Trust me though. Watch fan letter.
I will. I've seen beautiful clips of it.
Oh yeah. Marineford's
like biggest issue is the pacing. It's always the pacing. But like I think story beats. Holy shit.
I think the story beats are so great, and also like because the pacing's a little like there's a lot happening, but it's so diverse in what's happening that the pacing's not as big an issue because it's switching between so many different interesting things.
It is like, honestly, pacing wasn't so much the big issue for me. Like, it's one giant fight and we're switching between different people, different conflicts, different and
it's the first time you get to see like Whitebeard go all out.
Oh my God, Whitebeard is so sick.
You see
Whitebeard makes me cry in multiple.
The Whitebeard pirates, like Blackbeard shows up to finally fuck things up.
Whitebeard's crew member stabbing him and Whitebeard forgiving him immediately.
Yep.
They're his children.
And one of the last things he says is like, was I a good dad?
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucks me up a bit.
Whitebeard was too good for the world, and it's like, and Blackbeard is a giant piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What the fuck did he do?
Yeah, like there's nothing quite like him going in there. It's like, oh, that was a real sad death. By the way, gonna go take his power. Thanks.
By the way, I'm gonna eat him now.
Like he goes under a cloth, so he doesn't show what he does. We don't see anything happen to Whitebeard's body, but he comes out and he has his power. But we do have it established that cannibalism can give you someone's devil fruit powers. So did he lick his blood or something? What did he do?
And somehow Blackbeard, maybe this is the they part, is able to contain multiple devil
Exactly.
fruits.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I definitely think the they comes down to what I think is happening is that inside of him,
he ate his twin in utero. Just
what I think is the power like might have actually given him. So when he goes into darkness, I think like there's like a thing inside of him that just eats the soul. I mean, or the fruit of like.
I think one theory I heard is that he's going to have a Logia, a Paramecia, and a Zone type, and I think the Zone type was a Cerberus fruit, maybe. So he has 3.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. And he
explain his flag too.
He did specifically want the black hole fruit. I forget what it's called. But
dark fruit.
He did specifically want that because he said that's the most powerful one, and it might be because it would allow him to have more than one.
It's able to negate other devil fruit powers.
Yeah. So it might be partially because he can then eat other fruits, and like the fruit will allow him to sort of absorb that without dying.
Yeah. I love Blackbeard as a villain because all the other villains. They're most of them anyway. There's this feeling of they have a standard, right? It feels like there's like this something respectable about them almost. Mm-hmm. None of that with Blackbeard.
Yeah, he's a big gooberish oaf.
Yeah, Blackbeard feels like he's just a giant piece of shit.
He drives around on a pile of logs.
He's only kind of likable just because he's so happy.
Yeah,
he's about.
It's kind of fun.
He is the most pirate.
Yeah, but the problem is he'll be happy while doing things that piss you off and make you unhappy. Yeah.
So while he rides around on his fucking Tom Sawyer rap.
Yeah. and he's such an like little turd. How do I put this? There's a term that I'm looking for. He has no honor. He has 0 honor.
He doesn't have a code.
No, he has no code. And like
that man wouldn't parlay.
And when it starts getting his ass beat, there's nothing. He drops everything like.
He'll happily like play a fool in order to like get out, like oh no please, and then
exactly,
and then hit you again.
Yeah, he's
the reason Ace dies.
Yes, he's the one who captured Ace, and and then he takes Whitebeard's shit, and he clearly captured Ace just to get Whitebeard in a situation where he'd die. We also get a bit of Doflamingo in this where when he murders
warlords show up.
When he murders he murdered the guy from Thriller Bark.
No, he didn't murder him, but he did take his leg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Orange
Jr.
Oh, we get Orange Jr. We get the hat.
Wait, is it Orange Jr.? Wait,
no, it was the original Ors that was in Thriller Bark. Ors Jr. shows up to help Whitebeard.
Okay. Ors Jr. was part of Whitebeard's crew, and Ace had that relationship with him, and he made him that hat that he learned how to make at Wano. And that part's also incredibly sad. Yeah. But and you get such great highs and lows. Garp is so complicated and interesting.
Yeah. Garp is one of those characters where it's nice to see him slowly work out I can't be a part of this anymore. This is
they basically force him to retire.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one that doesn't toe the line.
He lets himself stand in front of Luffy, but he also doesn't do anything. He lets Luffy hit him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't actually want to stop Luffy.
Yeah. And that him letting Luffy hit him
the only thing that makes him likable.
Yeah. And so when that motherfucker comes back later, I'm like, yes, Garp, let's go. Let's fucking go.
And then Ace gets out, and you're like, he did it. And part of that is Ace's fault, right? Like Ace let his own ego and his own like anger issues get the better of him, and that's why he died.
He also did it to protect Luffy.
Yes, but like they only stopped because Akainu insulted Whitebeard, and Ace turned around. Yeah. And I hate Akainu so much.
They built up a good villain.
It's such a great arc. Just because like there's so many things we can say are good about it. They first established the guy Kiku.
Oh,
her brother is established as part of Whitebeard's crew in this arc.
Right.
So many characters are first established.
Whitebeard has a massive fleet.
Yeah, the guy with the geisha makeup and the guns.
Yeah, I love him.
Like,
he's so cool.
So many things are established, and it's all so interesting and good, and it ends on the lowest possible point.
Yeah.
And Buggy and Shanks get a little bit of something at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shanks showing up and just saying like, okay, we're done here. And everybody just being like, okay.
Yep, we're all done. We all agree.
Yep.
So, by the way, what's the over under? Because Akainu is gonna get a fight. Obviously, someone's gonna fight him. But who do you think it's gonna
Aokiji.
be? Aokiji.
Aokiji's gonna take him down.
I would think Sabo.
I'm going Garp.
Maybe.
I think honestly, I think Sabo doing it would be really anticlimactic. Sabo and him have no beef except for the fact that
Aokiji and Garp together.
Aokiji and Garp would be fucking awesome.
Because also Aokiji is like his protege that he was like, then they just had a fight together. So like, that could be a really good moment.
Honestly, Aokiji's really fucking strong.
Luffy's got to get a swing in at least.
No, I think Luffy doesn't need to be a part of that. I think
Luffy's beyond the scale of that by this point, but
also I think Luffy's I think when this fight happens, Luffy's not going to be there for it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, there's something's going to happen at the end. That's going to have all these characters
to leave this
fighting.
conversation at a certain point because I'm like not up to date on some things, but post-war.
But post-war, it's also really good.
This is like Luffy deciding to do 2 years instead. We get to see where everybody else landed.
This is Luffy's depression first, and Jinbei, and then the flashback to Sabo.
Right. Oh, okay.
All of that, and then the "I have my friends" moment, which also just fucks me up.
So I have to say this, and I think it's going to be a controversial statement, but I also think I'm going to have people who agree with me. Fuck Sabo. Fuck Sabo. I do not. Oh my God. What a transparent. You added a third brother. God damn it. I hate that. I
do agree that it's kind of unnecessary.
I think in writing it's bad.
When I first heard it.
I think on paper it's bad, and in execution it's way better than I would expect.
On paper, it's like in execution, it's not that bad, if only just because he does spend some time writing that story out, but it's after everything else, it feels so. I don't know.
He's his own guy. Like, he has his own thing going on.
He's got a lead pipe.
Yeah, it's not like he's like a replacement in terms of character for Ace.
Yeah.
He's definitely his own guy with his own stuff going on.
He's got a hat.
But it is crazy to me that there was a third brother this entire time, and now we're only seeing him.
However, I won't say it comes out of nowhere, because there are moments where, like, I think it was in Alabasta where, like, Vivi's like, people will die, and Luffy's like, people die. It happens, and Sabo is the reason why he has that opinion.
That does inform that to a certain extent, but and look, it's not that I hate Sabo. Like, in terms of his character and how he plays out,
I think he's pretty likable.
Yeah, he's likable. But I've also found him to be like one of the least interesting actual characters. He is milquetoast. He's like, he gets Ace's fruit later.
I think like he was introduced just because like you have this entire third faction that's the revolutionaries, and you don't have anybody Luffy's age that like takes that up.
Yeah, and I can sort of see that. And Sabo's serving a part in the story now. I just do not really like the way he was introduced, and just the fact that he does in a way feel like a replacement for Ace,
especially since he eventually gets Ace's fruit.
Yeah,
but I think that makes him less of a replacement for Ace and more of like, we don't want someone else to get it.
That said, what was written I think was a pretty good story.
No, yeah, I think it's a good he made an idea that shouldn't work, and I think that's important.
When I heard, they have a third brother, my first thought was why. So, but then
when you watch it, you're like,
okay,
I buy it. I'm in now. Like,
I do like how that story plays out as well.
and he gives it to you while he's also giving you how Luffy and Ace met, which means that he just kind of gets to sneak it in, and it works.
Yeah, no, and I think that is the reason that it works.
It's very smart storytelling.
Yeah, because and I think he did know that. It's like, wait a second, I've never really gone over their backstory. I can just put another brother in.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I could really just like, I've already stabbed people. What if I just twist that knife?
Yeah.
Also in this arc, you get like the little mini like seeds of like what everybody else's training is going to be like.
Yeah.
Zoro ending up with Mihawk on his little Castlevania.
Very fun. And Perona.
with his murder baboons is fucking great.
Because Perona's like, I want to go somewhere spooky.
Like, okie dokie. I'll send you to Castlevania.
And then Zoro ends up there, because of Mihawk, and like, it's very fun. And unfortunately, we do have to address that the Sanji bit sucks.
Yeah.
I don't mind that he's on the island, but boy,
he learned how to airwalk because he didn't want to catch the gaze.
Well, okay, look, here's the thing. There's being transphobic, and then there's what Oda wrote, which I do not like.
Yes, he's done a lot of work to make up for that, and I think a lot of people appreciate that.
And
after doing all that great work with Ivankov.
With Ivankov and Impel Down, and it's like, like the fact that being queer in this world is associated with rebellion against authority, and they play into that.
Yeah, based as hell.
Fucking yeah, what the fuck?
That's true in real life.
And then they put Sanji on an island where he's running away from a bunch of men dressed as women who want to kiss him, and that's just fucking weird.
Like I think he's got the right ideas, but like he thinks some things can just be jokes that aren't just jokes.
You're just seeing like his sense of humor, basically, which is
the sense of humor you grow up with. I think is even more accurate. Like,
which is why I don't like. Look, there are things that I can impugn Oda on more than this,
but I think he's trying to do the right thing, and he's done a lot of work to make up for his mistakes.
And that being said, that whole thing, it sucks for a lot of reasons. It just sucks all around. Just sucks.
But you also get Nami in like the weather, like
that's
weather
fun.
Cloud Town. Robin ending up with Luffy's dad is kind of funny. With the revolutionaries.
Oh yeah, right.
Frankie, who I think gets the worst glow up out of everybody.
I hate his redesign. We'll get to that.
Sucks, but ends up at one of Vegapunk's abandoned like workshops or something.
Yes, his old base in not Boston.
I don't remember. Oh my gosh,
I can't remember the name.
It's nearly Boston, but like it's not quite.
And then Chopper's doctoring even more.
Chopper's doctoring with like some.
And Usopp ends up on the land of horribly dangerous plants.
I love
with a Sentai guy.
Absolutely spectacular. Love that shit.
But yeah, where would we put that? I think like Captain feels good to me. Above Thriller Bark.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah,
most things are gonna be.
You get some decent beats there, but
so I'd like to posit something.
Sure.
We are now at the time skip. Where we separate.
Do we want this to be a second video?
I was thinking maybe.
I think we might need it to be.
Yeah, because I need a break.
Turn in for part 2. I'll be here for like a minute of it.
But we'll be back with a part 2 in a different video.
Maybe something will actually end up in Crewmate and Swabby. I know what I'd put there.
I would have already put Thriller Bark there. That's the only one I would have put down there. So we'll see. We might have a talk about it.